speaking of maps, here is our lineup. And a lot of variety from what we had in the previous map lineup. So we're going to start out on Fracture. Map number 2 will be Bind. And if we get to a map 3, which I think is pretty likely, we're going to go to Breeze.
Yeah, and I like the ideas, especially from MARU. They're banning out the Icebox. They've seen that Spear Gaming, carry on that Viper was super hard carrying against CNJ, taking it to the map 3. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with the split either. On the other side, I'm actually kind of surprised by the Ascent ban from Spear Gaming. This is a map that they've showed confidence on, but of course the last couple of times when they played against those stronger teams, the Tier 1 teams like Onslayers and Dalmonkia, they started to struggle, especially against CNJ as well. They came out with some other ideas going back to a entry-based comp. They couldn't make it work. They banned it out themselves this time, and then they're going to pick Bind, which is a very weak map for MARU Gaming. They lost 2-13 against WGS, but quite frankly, Spear Gaming, they're also 0-2 on Bind as well, so they must have prepared something new.
Yeah, they're going to have something a little bit different for that, no doubt. The next step is we need to see what agents are going to be picked here. Do we have any surprises? Do we have any plot twists ahead of us? I don't think that there's going to be any pocketed strategies this time around. I think this is a real bring the very, very best you've got match on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, the big question is Spear Gaming. They've struggled on Fracture a lot, so I would love to see... Okay, wait a minute. Karia's going to play Neon? And
surprising.
Oh, this is why. Because they're going double duelist. Okay, okay, all right. I mean, I'll take it. It's an interesting idea. It's an interesting twist. I mean, last time it was Sun playing the Neon. Now, they struggled, like I said. They couldn't figure it out. But now they're going to double duelist, Sun on the Rays, something that he's much more comfortable with, supposedly. And then Karia picking up the Neon for the team. I mean, Karia's usually playing some of these other initiators, not the intel-based ones, but the KOs. I mean, KO has intel, but the KOs, the Breaches, the ones that are really open up the fight. He's changing it up.
Very cool lineups on both sides here. We've got Proxy going with the Viper as well. Zhonghai going to go with that Brimstone. Yeah, man, and it looks like we are ready to get this started. Guys, our map is Fracture. This is MARU Gaming versus Spear Gaming, a best of 3 to close the night out here at Valorant Challengers Korea.
Okay, so Spear Gaming. I mean, again, they struggled so much on Fracture. I was down for any sort of change. I am curious. I mean, the double duelist composition, what are your ideas behind here? Especially considering your opponents are MARU, who are very fast-paced, very aggressive, both on attack and defense.
Now, it does seem like actually MARU Gaming makes for some of the shortest rounds, and I feel like some of the shortest overall matches.
Yes.
Even if you have a lot of rounds in that match, it just seems like we don't oftentimes see the full amount of the timer utilized.
Yeah. Now, I got to imagine if you're going with the composition you have on Spear Gaming, right? You've got a Viper who can kind of hold her own to a certain extent, and then you've got a Chamber as well. You're probably going to continue to always try to push out from one side with one of these duelists. I mean, on Pistol, it's not unheard of. We see it right now as well. A lot of teams favoring to clear out Dish and Arcade, and Spear Gaming is going to do that. They know right away that this is not a push through the top part of the map.
Yeah, a little bit of conservative movement, though, here from MARU Gaming. After the top has been cleared out here by Spear Gaming, it's going to be pretty obvious they just need to watch from one side. For now, with the spike closer over here to the A site, it does look like it's probably going to be a spring on A shortly here.
Yeah, this is going to come down to, can you get a kill on the cross right from Dish? So Spear Gaming is accurately analyzing that. They have no info on if someone's made it through Sands. They can't hear the door if they've already cleared out Dish, right? So they're just hanging back. They finally plant Proxy back into Defender spawn, gives them a few more options on the retake.
Okay, so they've come in now. And you can see the Neon Wall blocks everything off for now, as well as these smokes here.
Yeah, I like the idea for MARU because they also had no information. They decided to clear out Sands first through the hallway door. It's going to be a safe plant, and they're all going to exit out into main. So this is a fight for Karia on the flank.
Yeah, taking some damage already. 20 HP remaining.
Oof. Yeah, that's rough.
Easy cleanup there from MARU Gaming, and Sun was there. Not anymore. MARU Gaming with some great execution, comes in, takes the site, and then shuts down the retake with ease.
Yeah, I just good awareness from MARU Gaming. As soon as that relay bolt comes out, they throw out the fragment. It tags up Carrier quite badly, and then they win the first peak, and then it all falls apart like dominoes here, falling in order. So, Spear Gaming, again, I mean, pushing out the top side of the map, it's so common now on pistol rounds on defense.
Yeah.
And they knew they were going to set up for a retake. Unfortunately, despite having the flank, they can't win a single one of their duels.
And so we go into round 2 here. No force buy this time around for Spear Gaming. And a positional setup that is, I think, literally identical to the one that we started out with in round 1. A little bit more pressure built up over here on A. On the defensive side, though, they've got the Viper just camping right in hell underneath the plant site.
Yeah, he's just going to hold with the screen. Now, I like the reposition from Proxy. I mean, at the end of the day, that screen is more helpful for the retake, so you just want to make sure you don't give up sands for free.
And Spear Gaming is going to open up B here.
Yeah, I mean,
to A.
They got a little bit of contact earlier on B main, and then they heard no sounds, right? They maybe heard a couple footsteps leaving, so they decide to empty it out. They gamble a little bit on the dice, doesn't come out their way, and it's going to be
the spike, man.
I mean, they'll get to it. They have so much time.
There we go.
So much time.
So they've got a very nice defensive setup here. Once again, Spear Gaming going to need to do the retake here.
Okay. Now, so this is something I want to talk about. Let's wait until this next fight. Okay.
That was sick.
Nokji oftentimes is a very slow starter for MARU Gaming, which is unfortunate because he's one of their star players alongside Chibab. And sometimes, I mean, he's playing that chamber quite often, and the pinpoint accuracy you need with the headhunters, with those guardians, with those operators, oftentimes doesn't come online for a while, as we see MARU kind of cleaning house here. I mean, even then, sure it was a guardian, he eventually got 2 kills, but it's shakier than usual. So that's something I want everyone to keep an eye on is Nokji. Can he come online and really provide that back-end stability for MARU Gaming?
It can be a big issue if it takes you a little bit to warm up and kind of get in the zone, but by then things are already pretty dire as far as scores go.
Yeah. That's supposed to be Chiba.
Yeah.
That's a meme here in Korea, one of the comedians. Quite old, actually. Gonna use that in one of their skits of, like, the fake surprise moment. Like,
there's been some great artwork here in the audience so far today. So, you know, we're going to be going into the 3rd round here, and this is going to be a real test now to see, is this going to be close? Can it be close? Because if it's not close in this round, it's hard to imagine it's going to be close later on.
Oh, really into fault line. Unfortunately, can't make it up because of the paint shells, and Sun holds on to tower for now with 2.
Beautifully done. Moves, and Zhonghai fight back.
Okay.
Now, they are going to get onto B. They should at least be able to get the plant. I don't think this could be hiccups just yet.
Yeah, but they're concerned. They want to be able to slowly take over space before they force the plant. They might actually even consider clearing out main entirely. I don't mind it.
Ooh.
I don't mind it. So the reason I don't mind it is because this is their bonus round. So rather than forcing the plant and getting trapped, they say, let's see what guns we can further take away with the 1 rifle we had.
Oh, this is really smart, Chobra. I like this point a lot.
They actually get 2 kills. I mean, more than they bargained for, I think.
Look at him spin that knife, too.
Well, I mean, he's very skilled at
so
that.
Cool.
The micro on that knife,
yeah,
man.
it's crazy. Spike plant here. Again, very low HP.
I mean, he's got a molly, too. This is...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I mean, here's the thing. Spear Gaming essentially already lost this round just because they've dropped 4 rifles, right? That's a huge loss. And then you gave away the plant. So MARU Gaming is very healthy on creds. But I love the positioning from Zhonghai, too, because he planted it to fake it as if it was a plant for main. And then he's going to swing around Sands. Oh, he's only looking at main!
Dude. 3-0 so far. A painful entry into round 4. Again, you know, I like what you pointed out back there, Chobra, that it's like, wait a minute, we don't need to just freak out and plant. Let's try to drop as many of them as we can. Let's be on the lookout. I think they had like 1 minute and 9 seconds on the clock by the time they got into the site. Take full advantage of that. And we saw that great play by Sun earlier on, but it was not enough to swing this.
No, not at all. I mean, this decision, again, it's always a dice roll, and you can look at it whichever way the result comes out, hindsight 2020, but I like the idea. We already took away 2 rifles. Let's see if we can get more rather than getting the plant and eventually getting picked off. And, man, back to another eco here for Spear Gaming.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the round they got the Rolling Thunder, and it's going to be rough.
Yeah, again, it should be an easy round here for MARU Gaming. So far, again, a one-sided series after that disappointing round 3.
Bit of a miss on that flash.
Now, an overextension here could spell the beginning of a comeback, though, here for MARU Gaming. If they get dropped trying to enter into A over here and get punished for it, it could be pretty bad.
And Carey is going to cut out in no man's land.
Chaos here.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Spirit Gaming, you pushed him out. I mean, you're on the eco. Unfortunately, you don't get a kill, which is what you would have wanted to pick up a weapon. The rotate does have to come, though. Yeah, Spirit Gaming has to realize it's happening. Oh, just the swing out.
Insane shot from Chibob.
I like the call. You get hit by the snake bite, but you saw the duel. You take what you can to get the numbers advantage. Again, you guys are, MARU Gaming, you guys are the ones sitting pretty healthy on creds here.
And A site's opened up. I don't think Spirit Gaming's going to budge over to B site until they get confirmation the spike has been planted. They can't split up right now. And we've already seen MARU Gaming have, literally nothing but success so far since the map has started. I can't imagine that this is going to be a possible retake at all here.
Yeah, now just goes for a safe default plan.
Just going to farm out the guns and hide.
Yeah, I mean, you pick up the rifles. I was going to say there is a world where because you get the 2 rifles, you go for the retake. But actually, this basically cutting your losses early decision from Spirit Gaming, I'm down with it. Because here's the thing, you're already so behind on creds. If you want to look at the long run, you need to make something happen eventually. Your proxy's already down to 25 health. Just because you got rifles, this is not worth it. I like the decision. I mean, either way, you can't blame them, but this is the right long-term call from Spirit Gaming. Now, of course, MARU's going to be fine with this.
Yeah, no. This is a win. Easy peasy. Round 5, though. With the weapons they got, can they try to get some kind of an angle? They get a pick or do whatever to try to come out ahead, because we're getting to the point where if they don't start to win some games, it's going to be hard to imagine a Spirit Gaming recovery.
Yeah. I mean, you can always say like, well, we have these plans, especially with a double duelist. Now, just as a note, it's Spirit Gaming who chose defense first with the double duelist. So we need to start seeing the reasoning behind that again. Right. I would like to argue that it's potentially that, once they have the operator, they hold one side down, they can push out the other. Already a bit of a late setup here from Sun. He's going to be late on the backup for A. They're just going to push them out of main. Now, does Proxy push up to keep hold of that? I don't think so, especially considering he got 0-pointed.
Oh, man. Did that connect? It did not, actually.
Just not able to get that to go through.
Okay, well, A site's going to have to wait a little bit longer here before they could try to come in again. They are positioned to push into A once more. And I think leaving this silent for a little bit may create the illusion that they've abandoned A, when in fact they're about to push in.
So, man, Spirit Gaming, their composition doesn't have any direct intel gathering, right? You don't have a Sova, you don't have a KO, you don't have Fade. Again, not to say that all those agents are great on Fracture, but just mentioning the fact that they don't have that. But then if you're not pushing out, you're basically working with 0 info. And that's what they had to do. They had to keep checking Dish of, well, what if this is a pinch? They commit 2 to go over to Dish. The good break.
Yeah, good stop on that. All right, so they're going to be coming in an orgy of colors. I can barely see what's going on here. They do manage to basically shut down entry.
Yep. I mean, the snake bite into the spam, you knew that time-wise they had to push through. It's a good hold.
Almost gets nicked there.
Yeah,
it's just Nocchi remaining here.
Nocchi has to just save this. I mean, he's fine cred-wise, but you might as well. The chances with 10 seconds left of you getting 3 kills with the operator are pretty slim. So just a good hold from Nocchi. But yeah, I mean, the idea was, eventually MARU Gaming's like, well, they don't have any intel. We'll eventually push back through main. Time runs out. As soon as the fast lane comes up, Proxy puts on a snake bite and starts spamming through, and that shuts down the Neon. The reason that could work is because he broke that 0 point earlier.
Yeah, that was, if that had not happened, the intel that they could have gathered there, they could have gotten a much better setup. But look, a much needed win here right now. Because otherwise, I think, MARU Gaming is just going to run away with the show here at this point in time. So they get their first win. MARU Gaming, since they have been on a streak for 4 wins, they had plenty of fun. So they're going to come in this very well equipped here.
Yeah, it's just going to be Chiba with the judge, of course, with that Neon that can still provide some value, especially if you're pushing tower like now.
Yeah.
Now, They are fairly confident, yep, with the no command that this is clear. They're not taking any chances. And this is,
oh, Sun with an insane headshot there.
Kind of overextends that spray, eventually gets caught back by Wix. A bit unfortunate.
Yeah, now they've got the spike plant.
Yeah, the aftershock. He eventually gets a trade on that, but oh, Kyria? He's already through.
Oh, I like the idea of the pre-fire. Just comes right through and does get shut down by moves, beautifully so.
Yeah.
Nokji turning it on. Great round there. MARU Gaming is back in it.
Rough. I mean, the Neon.
It's one of those short MARU Gaming rounds too, by the way.
Go. Yep. Quick and fast. I mean, the thing is the Neon goes through Kyria, but he was the only one there, right? I mean, you couldn't really fight through all the other utility popping out from the side of MARU Gaming. And he can't win this. I believe, yep, he was still tagged. I mean, it was a headshot nonetheless. He was still tagged by the snakebite as well as he crossed that just to try to gain some control. Unfortunate from Spirit Gaming. They're on their back foot again. Financially, MARU Gaming, they'll recover after losing one round.
Okay, oh, getting flashed here and now stuck up against that wall.
And Kyria is barely going to make it out. 50 HP. I mean, but you saw the commitment coming out from Spirit Gaming on A. MARU makes the right call. Let's rotate over to B. You don't have to commit to B, but at least scout it out. You're going to send the operator first just to try to duel it out here.
Sungjin quietly waiting over here. When you see those brimstone smokes, that's basically the confirmation they are going to commit to the site.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only controller, right, on the side of MARU Gaming. So, I mean, there can be a grand scheme of fakes in the long run, but not yet. And
Dude.
I like moves, not taking any chances. Same, checking sewers right now as well.
Oh, nicely done from Wix, hiding in that corner where the spike is. That's going to be it. Another quick round, 6-1, MARU Gaming. To be honest, Shober, this so far actually has not been close at all.
No, and I'll be very honest, I didn't expect Fractured to be. I mean, I think overall people expect this match to be close, but Spirit Gaming's clearly spent some time on it. They come up with their own new composition. That's fine. But Fracture is not a map you can learn overnight, and they've proven before that they don't understand this map yet. I mean, their last time they played on it, they got absolutely trashed by Tartarus, and it's a rough map to pick up in the midst of trying to improve everything along the line.
Yeah.
So, to be very honest, this is a map that MARU's found success in before.
Yeah.
It's clear they're confident on it. Even Shibab's Neon has gotten better and better. It was a little shaky at first. But Spirit Gaming, I think this is another map where they need time. And I mean, again, you chose defense first. You're not showing the value of your double duelist being able to intentionally, physically take space rather than wait and be reactive with your utility.
Yeah. So with this timeout, Spirit Gaming, they need to figure out, where are they really going wrong? How are they going to get back into this? As the scores are getting further and further apart here, this round that we're going into is one of the few rounds where I think it's going to be possible with the edge that they have to try to start to swing a comeback here.
We'll see. It's a long way to go here for Spirit Gaming. Fans from both sides. I believe the earlier one fans for MARU Gaming's family. Or rather, support for MARU Gaming's family, not fans of the family. That'd be a little weird.
Like, they could be fans of the family as well.
They could, yeah. So the aggressive operator continues for Nokji. He hasn't dropped it. And, oh, man. I mean, the little aggression you're trying to show, you have to rendezvous out. The pit's alone, though. It's isolated. They could clear this.
If they can bum rush this, it could work. The Viper's actually hanging out.
Okay. They know where Proxy is.
Okay, they get her.
He had to make a choice to eventually re-enter the pit.
Yeah.
But he took a little too long. I mean, you had already exited. It was a gamble you took. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, the pit was isolated. So if there's no backup, eventually they can clear it. Now, the only thing is they're all trapped inside except for Wix, who stands his ground on Dish. That's huge.
Yeah, smart move. And I love what Sun did. The punish, if you're going to collect too much underneath there, they're going to pay for it.
They're going to keep him at bay with their...
Oh, that was sick.
Wix hoping that he can slowly creep out without having to... He didn't want to get up because then he would get a headshot, so he's trying to crouch out of it and takes that second blast out of 3.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
And again, you know, a round where if they didn't manage to win there, I don't know what round they are going to win. So a great play there, good recovery, especially with that showstopper, just punishing too much concentration of, you know, spike defenders at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, Spear understanding that they had them trapped after the pit. It's a good call in the showstopper. I was a little scared because Wix won his duel against Keria. I mean, he was holding dish. That was the one other angle that Moves had. But Sun gets the paint shell kill on Moves, which actually makes this doable, because otherwise it would have still been a cross angle they have to check. Now we have Tour de Force coming out from Sungjin. He's early rendezvous out, doesn't want to take the risk here. And you can just tell from something like that of how much confidence Spear has lost. You know, he's not willing to force another duel after the fault line.
So we've got a slow start and a wide spread right now for MARU Gaming, as I think they want to try to drag this game out, see if they can't get a drop on one of these players. A is not apparently where the action's going to be. It looks like as we get further and further along here, it is going to be a push into B.
Double off from Spear, one of them on Sun on screen. He needs to get the first kill. Oh, he needs to get out. Can he get out all the way, though? For now, it looks like they don't even care.
Oh, that was a sick wall bang for Proxy.
He knows there's a second one.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get the connections initially. And now we're down to just 2 MARU Gaming players.
And you knew the spike was where now Nakji is. You assume he's picked it up because he got the last kill out of those trades. But time. There's a play for time here, and Sungjin is just in case checking A, but it's not going to be that. It's going to be the B side. Oh.
Got him in the elbow.
Yeah, that's a good aftershock.
Yeah. All right, not enough time there. Nakji gets wiped. It is now 3-6.
Yes, 3-6. Slowly but surely catching up from Spear Gaming.
Yeah.
Well. Spear, I mean, the double op, I mean, sure, that works. It doesn't matter if you have duelists or not, right? You basically shut down 2 alleys out of 4 here. And while Sun didn't get the initial kill, him getting Shibab there allows them to eventually focus on Arcade. Nakji a little late on the trade on the flank. And Sun will pick it up. I told you Sun's good on that operator, but the thing is if you have double duelists, again, what's the purpose here? The operator goes back over to Sungjin. And Shibab's saying, oh, you guys have double duelists? I don't care. We're just going to push through no matter what.
Dude, it's going to be just another one of these super fast rounds here. They're going to dive right into A. Oh, nice shot from Nakji.
He almost didn't catch him in time. This is an excellent Rolling Thunder. It gives him full control. Moves. I mean, he just basically shoved all the way into defender's spawn and then leaves after doing damage.
Sungjin getting some good shots, but you're not going to easily be able to get down from above there.
Oh, they know the last one's here.
Oh, man, Wix is so clutch. It's just Sungjin here with the operator.
Yeah, this is tough. He's waiting for him to peek, but Wix is not giving him the chance. He sees that it's not.
What?
So he gets the call that he's tagged, and he goes for it. Sungjin, you are a brave man.
I can't believe that, dude.
I mean, honestly, that was probably the best case scenario he could hope for, but I mean, 33 health with the shorty, it's such a gamble. It's a low amount of health, but it's still such a gamble.
It's crazy.
I mean, the shorty sometimes only does 10 damage at that range and further.
Well, after those 2 bullets, it's like, okay, I'm done.
Oh, man. I can't believe he confidently jump peeks out with the shorty. Again, I think
MARU
it's the
calls
right
for
call.
the timeout here.
And I think it was the right call from Sungjin, because if you're waiting at the close angle with the shorty, if he peeks wide, you lose out on that fight, right? He gets the first swing. And then if you're holding it with the operator, I mean, then you have to be zoomed in, and if they go for a wide peek, you might miss the flick. So a good call, but a brave one.
It's interesting to see the shorty getting used more and more. Like, there's moments where clearly this is, you know, you're better off popping out and trying to take a shot like that. Certainly compared to like using the operator or something like that. So it's very fun to see. In the MARU timeout here, you know, they were streaking for a while here, really playing an amazing series. And, you know, as we've gotten further along here in the first half, Spear Gaming has really pulled it together in some extremely clutch moments.
Yeah, I mean, you know, MARU Gaming, they get that 4-round streak at the beginning, and they haven't been able to replicate it. That's a sign for Chibab, another meme in Korea. We're just doing something that people tell you not to do, is cheering for Chibab. No, stop that. No, I'm going to do it anyway. I mean, this was a huge play for Moves, really being able to push out ropes and forcing the further delay. But man, we're gonna miss it.
I wish we could have seen that.
Well, the
That's
round
too
has
bad.
started. Too bad.
Too late.
Another kind of fast move. Judge versus Judge.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Saw
are.
his arm.
Oh, okay, son, okay.
Son!
Okay, switch out the Judge for one with a bit more ammo left.
Yeah. I've already used most of these Judge bullets. Give me the other one.
Oh, excellent paint shells on top of the trademark as well. Poor Nachi has to take the blunt of it. Oh, man.
Oh, both whipping on that shot over there.
Son!
Dude, son!
Give him the ace. Nope.
No,
Jung Hai says
not gonna
no.
happen.
You party pooper. I mean, they need to stop peeking him. He's got to not. Okay, yeah. Stop. You saw where he was. No need.
Yeah, they're just gonna try to guard the spike right now.
Exactly. They have the spike. Yeah. Okay, I mean, proxy jump peeking. I'm okay with that. Just in case. Just in case. Now, Jung Hai is going to want to keep this operator because Nakji's been liking it even on attack. I mean, French is one of those maps where you could make it work. Given the credit situation on Spear, they're being cautious and not risking it. Also with, 25 seconds still left. There's an argument to be made for maybe Exia going for it, but I think they're all just going to wait patiently. And Jung Hai is saying, okay, you know what? Fine, truce. I'll keep the op. You guys take the round. We'll reconvene next round.
Yeah, amazing round there. Spirit Gaming going to pop up a 5th win here. As it's really neck and neck now. And even though it started out very one-sided, as we're getting on through the second half, this is turning out to be actually the even fight that we had been hoping to see.
Yeah, I mean, they've already caught up pretty much, right? 5-6. One more round makes it 6-6. And Spirit Gaming has replicated that 4-round win streak that MARU had at the very beginning of the match. They just got 4 of their own in a row. We'll have to see. I mean, MARU Gaming, the thing is they've had these quick rushes into A main several times, but they haven't really expanded that further. I mean, what a moment with the Judge. I'm sure a lot of people watching were mauling during that fight, but they haven't utilized that further into some other sort of manipulation. And this is going to be yet another fast push, and Carrier counters it by already being planted into the cubby.
Wicks, great shutdown there, and he gets pushed in. Beautiful play. That setup was sick.
That was very, very intentionally done and very well done, like you said, Tasteless. I mean, use the orbital command to get control of main, but okay, he'll get out for now. I mean, you stopped the push for now. You still have an angle.
Whips that shot.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Because if Sungjin had gotten that first kill, they might have still delayed it far enough. But it is going to end up 7-5 in favor of MARU.
Yeah, MARU Gaming really closing it out nicely in that last round here. But Spear Gaming did start that comeback. It's good to see. I got a little bit scared after the 3rd round. It was 1 in a row there by MARU Gamer. I'm like, uh-oh, I've seen this before. So, this is nearly tied up, guys. MARU Gaming and Spear Gaming. Again, the battle of the gamings.
That is right.
Who really is gaming? We're going to find out.
Is it the Marus or the Spears?
Is it the Marus or the Spears, all right? Because there can't be both. We all know that much.
Only one team gaming on the stage at a time, please.
That's right. So, we go into the second half here. And let's see if this stays as close as it's looking like it is.
Honestly, I'm curious. Spear Gaming, they chose defense first, as we see a fan cheering on for Wicks. But now, Spear, your composition can be very aggressive. I mean, you can run laps around MARU Gaming, right? Neon drawing a lot of attention one side, Raze the one actually breaking through, taking control of things like B Tower. We'll see what the plan is, because maybe, maybe the idea was we just have to hold a certain number of rounds on defense and then we play our own game on attack. On this side, we see some fans for Spear Gaming. Oh, that fan says they'll buy Exia some chicken.
Nice.
They went, all right.
Some Nakji support here as well in the audience.
You got to stop shaking if you want us to read it.
It is. It's supposed to have a message on it that we have to read.
It just says MARU Gaming, MARU Fighting, Nakji.
Nakji.
All right, they're sending a message with their shaking of the sides.
That sign is just going to get up and fly right out of here, man.
That fan is just here to show off her TikTok dances, all right? That's what I figured out. She's not actually here to cheer on for any team. She's just here to show off her TikTok dances.
We go into the second half here. Spear Gaming on the offense. Quad stack over here at A. But the action is going to be at B.
Interesting choice from Spear to counteract the potential traditional push out of Arcade and Dish. They split on the top side, see if MARU goes for it. MARU does not. This is very uncharacteristic of MARU to just hold the site. And if anything, they're actually leaving only Wix alone here on tower. If he gets taken down, the site is free. They do need to clear it, though.
Yeah, Wix is going to have to brace for impact here as the rest of his team is still
Got
coming.
a shorty!
Nice!
He gets one! They need to push him.
Oh, Shibab.
Oh, Shibab goes through the smoke to clear it out. Oh, but Sungjin
is murdering here, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was very scary for a brief moment.
There's just Noxy remaining here. He's going to go right through.
I like
Yeah,
the
this
idea.
is super smart.
But he's already dropped out of tower. So this is, I mean, good moves on both sides, right? Proxy saying, I'll keep you at bay, I'm going to loop around because my teammate's watching from main. Noxy's all alone. Oh, rough. Oh, okay. Axia eventually gets the trade.
Yeah.
Woo.
Close. 6-7 here. Important moment. Looked like for a little bit Wix was going to hold on.
I mean, he had that shorty,
yeah.
man. The Neptune shorty as well, not most recent because the Xeno Hunter just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've started paying more attention to the skin names, man, just so I can call it out.
Like, you don't even know the skin names of the guns, Shober. How can you even call yourself a Valorant caster if you don't know all the gun skin names?
Oh, man. I mean,
yeah, Sungjin crazy over here.
Yeah, no, Sungjin getting
Tower.
those 2 kills and then Proxy helping finish it off was crucial. Spirit Gaming is going to continue to watch out for these pushes out on the top side of the map, and this time, if they wait long enough, they'll get the reward they wanted here. They know that this push has to happen. I mean, a push somewhere has to happen, right? Because MARU's on an eco.
Yeah. By the way, they're going to go all the way back down.
Slowly.
Quietly.
Okay.
Don't be too loud when you zip line.
Yeah, don't let go. You don't want to fall into that teleporter. Now, timing works out perfectly for both sides. MARU's like, okay, so they're not here, and they haven't pushed A main. So they're probably going B main, which is exactly what's happening. They're still cautious because they don't know. They don't have info of sewers. That's why MARU's being cautious right now.
Okay. They are going to get into B here. MARU Gaming going to be in a very uncomfortable spot trying to come in and reclaim this. Oh, is that going to connect?
Not quite. It's short. Yep.
Yeah, quite a bit short, actually.
Just
way off mark there.
Oh, the relay bolt does connect, but not able to push through it. Oh, Carrier stays alive? Eventually gets picked off. This is, I mean, they're losing a lot of weapons, Tasteless.
Yeah, MARU Gaming is actually doing a great job fighting here. But Sun, dude, you cannot count this guy out. Spike ticks away.
Yeah, so I don't think they'll be able to get the defuse. They have to push if they want it. Shibab's very low. Oh, okay.
Insane, man. Fakes it.
Oh, Chunghai, he'll get his health back a little bit, but yeah, there's no time. I mean, Proxy!
There's no way to get it
No,
in time.
yeah, the defuse doesn't happen, but Proxy doesn't calculate the time, and he actually ends up losing the one last weapon that they had.
That is huge, too.
That's
to drop the weapon like that.
I mean, that's eventually something like that catches up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, Valorant is a long-term game. You have to think about the economy. That's why we always, point out you save up certain rounds, things like that.
Every round before it ripples into the future of the game, and when you start to get starved for that, that means you're going to have a weaker position later on.
Yes. I mean, Sun doing what he can to hero hold onto the site, and that was crucial because then they bought enough time with the snake bite, but Proxy pushing at that last moment, a little greedy. Now they're gonna match the third round. They're gonna buy up whatever rifles they can. Sungjin's relying on the headhunter. I mean, we'll see because some of these members aren't gonna have buys if they lose out this time from Spear Gaming. I know Xia's got a little bit banged up, but that's about it. Okay, good push out off of the rendezvous.
Ooh! Has to then get back out there if they're gonna get the spike planted.
And
Viper's pit's up.
But Wix is in the tower. They know this. They knew it, but they weren't able to clear it in time. Woo.
Don't count Sun out yet, though. Oh, the shutdown, though.
Oh.
It's just Sungjin out here. Perfectly done. MARU Gaming gonna get that defuse.
Oh, man. not able to clear out Wix. So Wix, I mean, keeps himself alive with that fragment, which was excellent. And then the pit goes down, but they're scared of Wix pushing out, so they start peeking out into him, and they go down one by one, and then you lose the pit.
They fed right into it, unfortunately.
The problem is because they weren't able to clear. Yeah, so you see Proxy taking control of the situation himself, which is unfortunate because if he dies, the pit goes down. Because they never cleared tower, they were all stuck in their own pit. That was their only defense. Once the Viper goes down, you're basically, sitting
then everybody's position just gets exposed.
Yeah.
So nicely done here. 8-7 now. And of course, Spear Gaming having to tighten their belt here. It's just going to be what, Sheriff, Ghost.
Yeah, I mean this is a eco round for Spear Gaming. MARU's got both the Orbital Command and Rolling Thunder. Now they don't have to use it this round, ideally, because of how much advantage they have in weapons. But they'll have the Null Command next round. I mean, honestly, if things are getting dicey, I say just use one, right? You don't want to give over that Thrifty and allow Spear Gaming a moment to come back.
This time around, we're seeing creeping coming up over here towards B. Ooh! Wix taking a little bit of damage there. He's going to have to pull back behind the spike site.
Oh, and Shibab gets read of what's going on in A-Halls, and he's able to push out. Now, initially, MARU didn't want to risk, a potential push into Dish, so they were trying to stay safe, but Nakchi dying, so they know Wix is scratched up in sight. Barely alive. Oh, Sunji!
Dude, Sunji just moves right through. It's insane, man.
They use both of their ultimates and they don't connect. Chibab's on the flank, though. Chibab.
Oh, my God. Just dropping that spike. And now the whole dynamic shifts.
Oh.
MARU Gaming just shuts that down. 7-9 here. MARU Gaming pulling ahead once more.
Yeah, but if Chibab wasn't on that flank, or not that quickly, things could have been really weird, because if they had even gotten the plant off after you committed 2 ultimates, that's brutal. Now, I get why they committed 2. They didn't want to have to all the way push through their smokes. I mean, eventually they knew Chibab was rotating, but then why not just use just the Rolling Thunder? I mean, we'll see if it bites them in the long run. Again, they have a Null Command, so they still have a big impact ultimate in this coming round.
Spear Gaming pumps the brakes, says timeout here. And, this is so close, but it is MARU Gaming, pulling ahead over and over again here. And Spear Gaming has to have basically an even stronger showing in the second half here if they're going to come out on top. Otherwise, even though it's been a back and forth, MARU Gaming is going to eventually pull ahead here at that 13-round win.
Yeah, so Spear Gaming, again, if you have 0 intel, I mean, you have the boom bot. That's about it. The other advantage you now do have is the fault line plus the relay bolt. You have 2 skills that can really force people out of position. I mean, the aftershock as well, paint shells. So it's hard for you to play mind games in a macro level unless you're winning all your duels, which you are currently not. So for Spear Gaming, you basically have to pick a site, and then you have to have perfect execution of your utility to force out advantageous duels.
Right.
They haven't been able to do that just yet. They're so concerned about MARU pushing out aggressively. And MARU says, not today. We're finally changing things up. I mean, look at this again. It's another default hold from Spear Gaming.
Oh, actually, Chibab's going to just rush out.
Well, they get what they wanted this time.
Yeah.
MARU finally pushes out.
What?
Son?
How does that? I don't even understand.
What?
I don't get it. That's so crazy to me.
Well, it's funny that as soon as I call it out, finally MARU Gaming's like, yeah, now we've held off long enough. Let's do what we always do. And Spear's like, yes, we've been waiting for this moment.
So funny.
Well, I mean, this is what they've been waiting for every round. Spear's like, listen, MARU's a team that always pushes out. They always do. And I mean, good on them to not give up once again.
Yeah,
because this was the moment MARU said we've held them off enough. They won't expect it. And I mean, Sun dodges the flash expertly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so now it makes a lot more sense when we see it from that perspective.
Yes. Yes. All right.
So MARU Gaming broke this round.
Yep.
We're likely to go 9-9 here.
Yeah, I mean, you have the tour de force. That's the only thing you're really hoping for. They might try to jump. So he's aware that there's a potential fault line, which is why he's hiding right in front of the door. And Nakchi makes it work. And Chibab came all the way through sewers. An excellent hit on both sides. Oh, Spear Gaming's trapped. They're trapped. Dude. They're getting fried.
He's on the hunt. Doesn't see any targets yet. Ah! Missed that shot.
Nocchi's like, oh, which way is he coming?
Yeah.
Oh, 50-50. Well, Chibab's here for support. He's gonna run out soon. He's gonna run out soon.
Dude, nicely done. Okay.
Oh my! Oh wow! The awareness of Carrier
Dude,
to swing back for
I know.
Dish.
Knowing like what the next angle is they're going to try to come at. Beautifully done.
Yeah, but I mean, you make the thrifty work off of the tour de force and the overdrive. I say it's absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. Well played by MARU and good positioning from Nocchi. He was already holding that wide angle next to the door so he doesn't get fault line. He has the advantageous peek first. And this time, Chibab creeps all the way into sewers. And then he instantly activates on the swing. I mean, eventually Curia takes him down, but still a good run.
Fun round, though. So it's 10-8 here. MARU Gaming, again, always just a little bit further in the lead here. And now it's going to be Spear Gaming's turn to try something. You know, I got to say, if Spear Gaming wins this, it's off the back of Sun. Sun is having some of the most insane shots I've ever seen.
I mean, he's winning so many impactful duels right now that allows him to keep control of Dish. Now, Proxy does go down, but they still have the Rolling Thunder if they want to buy time. Chibab heard you. He says, I'm the main duelist in this match.
Oh
no!
What an insane win there.
Oof. I mean, just excellent timing from MARU to all pinch at the same time. And again, the big one was Sun took control of Dish, but Chibab took it right back. And at that point, Spear was kind of stranded in main. That's a rough one.
And MARU Gaming really pulling it together here at the end. It does seem like Spear Gaming is a little bit disjointed.
Yeah, and again, I think it just continues to show that this is not a... I mean...
Some of these shots where they just get it through the smoke or through the Viper wall.
You just know the timing.
You just know, yeah, exactly where they're probably going to stand.
And the other thing is you're not always waiting for the headshot. You're trying to delay, maybe get some damage, but you're also making sure on the off chance you're controlling your spray, you're having your crosshairs lined up for the potential headshot. I mean, we see that more and more on the pro level. Oh, I like the swing over the ropes from Proxy. He hears the push instantly, and he's out of there. And now we have Exia. So Exia knows he's getting pinched too. So they're trying to take out Nocchi. I mean, this is a chase. And things have swapped now. It's MARU stuck in A. B is open for free. And Spear's being cautious, but they're quite well aware of this.
Yeah, this is going to be a big plant over here onto B for sure.
Oh, Exia with the operator. A good pit helping cover the access way from Arcade. Exia, he has to watch two angles. He finally gets to swing around. His Sun provides backup. Is able to pick up that kill. And, I mean, you already look at the positions from MARU. They're just going to save. They realize there's not a chance. The pit's there, and they've still got Rolling Thunder.
Yeah. No, they have to give this one to Spear Gaming here. There's no way they're going to recover. And again, MARU Gaming so close to the finish line. The last thing you want to do is try to overextend or end up overextending. I don't think people ever try to overextend, but, you know, and then get to a position where you're going to give Spear Gaming even more opportunities here.
Okay. Now, are they going to... They shouldn't. They don't have to go that far. They don't have to walk into Junghai's crosshairs. They don't have to do it, Proxy. I don't think he will. Just getting a little. I'm just getting. Okay, yep. He's gonna hold it safe as well. Just one wall in between these two players. So Spear Gaming, they're finally getting these strikes that they wanted. I mean, the good call on Proxy. I'm curious if that was intentional. He purposely waits to hear if there's an advance, and then he just ropes across the map, knowing that that means B side is most likely free, right? Because you heard such a big advance out of B main. So all in all, Spear Gaming, what they're doing now is they're using MARU's tactics against them. It's not that Spear's, you know, somehow able to suddenly gain, you know, further intel with the utility they have. They're just working off of MARU's own movement. And MARU's starting to fall into the trap, pushing out too far. They're going to reset. And defaults, it favors MARU in terms of utility.
Okay, they're going to be creeping up into Dish. There's Nocchi waiting around the corner.
The 0 point. Interesting. Coming out from Wix, trying to fake it as if Nocchi's not here.
Nice.
Oh, but Sun wins it anyway.
Yeah, pretty insane shot there by Sun.
Wow. Well, I mean, that was quite a bit invested to try to set him up there.
Oh, whoa, good shot from Wix. They're going to get that orb.
And that's the null command for Wix, so... This is a possible retake here. Sun's just going to clear out one of the corners that they don't want to have to bother checking.
Good pull away there from Moves.
All right, they have to rely on the null command now. Oh, Sun, how is he getting these kills?
Dude, it's pretty crazy. Shebob with another insane play.
I say what, Shebob's Neon has really improved throughout the stage 2. It was quite shaky at first, but he's understanding the limits of this agent now.
Yeah, no way that's going to work.
Oof.
Okay, that does it, man. 12 wins. Spear Gaming from here on out cannot make a single mistake.
That is true. It's that match point.
Yeah, no more room for errors. I don't know that they can actually combo this up to 12.
Well, I mean, you know, they had that run at the later part of the first half when they were defending. They had 4 rounds in a row. I mean...
Yeah, maybe they can pull it, but I feel like we're in such a developed part of the game. Maybe if Sun can clone himself. If they had an army of 5 Suns, it might be different.
I mean, Sun's been playing up to the potential we've expected from him now. But we'll see. I mean, obviously, you know, they're already at match point. They are able to buy, which is a comfort, right? Because you have to be able to buy every round from here on out because you're fighting for your life.
Right.
But now let me put that into perspective. That means even if they do win 1, 2 rounds, get up to round 11, if they keep dropping rifles, at that last round, they're not going to have full buys.
That's true.
That's something that
they have to win, and they have to win hard in the next couple of rounds here.
They need to snowball out of control here to really carry it through. One hope is they have a good start for it. It's the Rolling Thunder. Now, neither team has done the traditional Rolling Thunder from B Sewers. I think that's something that Spirit Gaming should absolutely consider. I mean, you've got 2 duelists. One can clear out tower. One can push into Canteen off of the Rolling Thunder.
Right.
There's a lot of space you can take off of that. Now this is Nakji's parents. They came up from Busan, which is all the way on the south end of Korea on the coastline. They're here to cheer him on. It's awesome.
I didn't realize he was from all the way down there.
Yeah, I actually never realized that either, yeah.
But, you know, this is common. You know, Busan, the second biggest city in Korea.
Yes.
Huge population, and therefore we have a lot of players that have to commute up here. All the esports events are pretty much in Seoul, so cool to see his parents came all the way up here.
Okay, so it is going to be a B pinch. I assume eventually they'll plant someone in sewers because this allows them to know that no one's crept into sewers just yet. They're a little cautious of pushes out of arcade. They somehow need to allow Exia to get into position. Fault line first for towers. Oh, they're not going to use the Rolling Thunder. They're just going to try to clear this. And with brute force, you got to back out for now. There's too many walls on both sides.
No way to see what's going on in there. They are going to bring the spike back over here to A.
Oh, okay, Sun just casually walks into sight. And he's now tied up. Oh, he dies.
Too late. Yeah, Wix gets him from tower.
So this is signified to Carry that he needs to start running because the original idea was Sun was going to lurk and everyone goes to A. Moves has the read on.
Moves with the shutdown.
Moves
Can
has
he get 2?
Moves!
He does.
Moves! Oh my God!
Just gets every single one.
Wow. That was not in any way how I thought the match would end.
Yeah.
Moves. I mean, the quick rotation off of the kill on Sun was very smart. That's what you wanted, but for him to get all 4 there,
that was wild.
That's insane. I mean, well played. He's always played so well when he's on that breach. He's made some crucial moments happen, but props to MARU Gaming. They are able to hold on to that win, and I think they absolutely needed that because once you go on to Bind, who knows what Spirit Gaming's cooked up on that second map.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun first game that we had there on Fracture. MARU Gaming coming out on top. And can you put me down for moves as the MVP?
Sure, yes, I can do that for you.
My phone is dead, guys. So we are going to have to go into the next map here. It's going to be on Bind, and we cannot expect the same kind of game here. Maybe we get the same kind of results. Maybe MARU Gaming does come out on top, but Bind requires an entirely different mindset.
Yeah, I mean, Bind is one of those maps where, again, there's no traditional mid, and that's why a lot of teams struggle with it, I mean, internationally as well.
Yeah.
Because it's just so different in the way that you have to navigate it. I mean, same thing for Fracture, right? Those are 2 maps where just the layout itself is so different in how you understand the map. Spear Gaming, I'm curious. I mean, it's not like they have a winning record on Bind yet here on the main stage. We'll see what they've cooked up here. Because if they picked it just because MARU Gaming looked weak on it, sorry, excuse me. I mean, Shebob looks on fire today, and so does Moves.
Yeah.
This is going to be a little tough.
Yeah, crazy to see moves end it like that. Even stunned at the end and getting that last headshot, that's just wild.
Well played by Moves. Brings out the victory. I mean, closer than I thought it would be, to be very honest. I did not expect Spear Gaming to have brushed up their Fracture at all. Not because of anything else. It's just hard to do when you're playing all these matches every week and you have other maps you want to work on your strengths. You want to make them stronger, try to get, you know, the wins on the best ofs, and to try to shore up your weakest map potentially is a tough job. It's a lot of homework.
Yeah, you know, and Sun, I mean, to be honest, like if we could have picked an MVP and still picked it from the losing team, I would have picked Sun.
I mean,
Sun was playing so well.
395 ACS. That's
crazy.
Pretty much 400 on the losing team, mind you. That means he's been getting the first kills, the multi-kills.
Well, anything that was winning from Spear Gaming was usually coming from Sun.
Yes.
Or something that Sun helped set up.
Yes, absolutely. And carry on that Neon. I mean, last time Sun also didn't perform so well in the Neon here on Fracture, but that's an agent that they still need a lot of work with.
Right. Guys, we are going to go to a short break. When we come back, the best of 3 with MARU Gaming and Spear Gaming continues on.
They're not taking any chances. And this is...
Oh! I like the idea of the pre-fire. Just comes right through and does get...
Stands his ground on Dish. That's huge.
What Sun did. The punish, if you're going to collect too much underneath there, you're going to pay for it.
They're going to keep him at bay with their... Oh! Looks like they don't even care.
Oh, that was a sick...
He knows there's a second one.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get the connection.
That's a good after shot.
Yeah. All right, not enough time there.
Another kind of fast move. Oh, there you are.
Saw his arm.
Oh, okay, Sun, okay.
Sun! Here's the rest of his team is still
Got
coming.
a shorty.
Nice.
This time,
yeah.
MARU finally pushes out.
What?
Sun?
How does that? I don't even understand.
What? Goes to A. Moves has the read on.
Moves with the shutdown.
Moves
Can he
has...
get 2?
Moves.
He does.
Moves! Oh my God!
Just gets every single one. Welcome back, everybody. Game 2 is ready. We're going to bind. This is MARU Gaming versus Spear Gaming. Right now, MARU Gaming with a 1-0 lead.
Yes, MARU. They picked their somewhat of a comfort pick in Fracture. Also, I think identifying that it's a strong weakness, or a big weakness. Strong weakness sounds weird. Big weakness coming from Spear Gaming. And I think it was an accurate analysis. I mean, Spear, they looked very lost on it before when they played Tartarus. And to be quite honest, they didn't look organized today either. I mean, Sun was hitting some crazy good shots, but they come up with a double duelist comp and they don't do anything with it. They don't show intention with it, which meant that MARU Gaming also had no reason to show anything deeper other than kind of the one-dimensional runs that they had.
Yeah, and so, you know, just looking at this, I mean, I got to say, I hope that Spear Gaming can bring something a little bit better, a little bit stronger. It did seem like Spear Gaming, they had a lot of good individual moments. They just didn't have the kind of coordination that you need as a team to really control a game against a team like MARU Gaming.
Yeah, and at the center of that was Zhonghai, right? I mean, for one, he's the IGL here for MARU Gaming. But also, I mean, he was part of almost every kill. I mean, he only died 7 times. He was very present at all the right times. You know, he was supporting in the ways that he needed to, using his volleys just to fend off and buy time, buy some space. And I think there's an argument for Moves, especially given the crazy finish that he had to that match. But overall, Zhonghai got to be taking that MVP. Of course, in-game MVP in terms of ACS was Wix. But he was also kind of always left in the situation where he eventually would have to die. You know, he couldn't really hold too much impact. He was just there to buy time, really.
Yeah, I mean, he was serving his role for sure, right?
Yes.
And like he did fulfill his role many times, where it's like, all right, I'm gonna like take down 2 or 3 agents, and then you guys come clean up. But a lot of times that didn't happen. Anyways, we're going to go to Bind. It's a map we're all very, very familiar with. Chobra, you were talking, before we went to break about how this is just kind of a weird map compared to your other tactical shooter maps because there is no mid.
Yeah, there's no mid lane, right? I mean, you have to eventually, both sides, you want control of at least one of B-Long or A Showers, because otherwise, especially for the attacker side, if you only hold the 2 middle lanes, then that doesn't really provide much value. I mean, for A, off of that A short, you're kind of being opened up into this giant site with all sorts of crossfire and potential operators up in heaven. On B, you eventually have to go through a window, which is such a choke point that if you're not striking it from both angles, it's tough, right? Or maybe you have something like a Viper's Pit or a Showstopper to really clear out the site. So we'll see. I mean, Spear Gaming, I'm interested on why they picked this. While I get that it's a weakness for MARU Gaming, this isn't one of your strengths. You haven't shown a great moment on it yet for Spear. They've played it twice against WGS and Day1 Kia. Now, notably, those two teams are very good at bind.
Right,
So the losing is not so surprising, but they only took, what, 3 rounds off of WGS, 5 rounds off of Day1 Kia. So, I mean, they have to have prepped something different here from what they were showing us in those 2 previous matches.
Yeah, for Spear Gaming's sake, I hope that they can win on this map and we do get to go to a map 3. But right now, it's hard to imagine with looking at how that game went. And we've got some more MARU Gaming support here in the audience. Guys,
well, and support for the Korean commentators. The backsides they showed were support for their Korean commentators as well. One for Bimbom, one for Inho. That we saw that drawing earlier of Shibab. Although, quite frankly, if I ordered Shibab, which is chicken and rice, and it only came with 1 wing,
like
I
think I want my money back. Let's admit it, man. The chicken is the more important part than just the rice. Okay.
Oh, this is a little charm to guarantee wins for, I want to say MARU, right? Yep.
I think it's MARU Gaming.
Win. It says MG win at the top. Okay, so these are, there's, obviously Korea used to use the Chinese characters back in the day, so Korea takes a lot of the same idioms and stuff from China where it's all 4 characters and these are old idioms. So she's made up her own idioms in Korean about how the Spear Gaming players are all like cute or handsome or charming.
Yeah.
This is a series of new idioms here for the Spear Gaming players. All right, well, Bind, I keep talking about it. Spear Gaming, what you got for us? What have you got for us? Some fans for Sun. You know, we always see like friends or couples or, I mean, not family, but friends or couples always come in and they're cheering for opposite teams. That's gotta be a little tough, right? You sit next to each other, you're like,
the tension must be real, man.
Spear!
Guys, if you're watching from home, you can come down to our studio. I think, what is entry, like $5 or something like that?
Well, it's 8,000 won and 10,000 won, which is about like $7 and $9, right?
$9, okay. So not expensive. Come experience Korean esports in person. Valorant continuing to grow out here. You know, it's been a fun audience. You know, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of passion, a lot of humor in the signs.
Yes.
So you know, think about it.
I mean, I can't wait for playoffs, right? I mean, because those matches are going to be much higher expectations. I mean, it's going to start on a weekend, and we'll have the top 6 playing. So more fans will want to watch how that kind of shakes up.
Yeah.
Leading up. Okay. Already a difference from Spear Gaming.
Yeah, look at this.
Lots of differences from Spear Gaming, actually. All right, a Cypher coming back.
Yeah, both going with that Brimstone, not too surprising on Bind.
No, not at all. And then the KO comes out from Keria. Now, both teams using Fade, which hasn't been as popular on Bind here in Korea. I mean, some other regions we've seen it a bit more, but in Korea, it's always more been the Sky that's been the consistent initiator.
Right.
This time we're going to see Fades on both sides.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Again, these newer agents are really getting scooped up right away here in this scene, which is cool. You know, last year, whenever there was a new agent released, it seemed like Korea was the most reluctant region to try to lock in, even though there were some very good agents like Viper, for instance, that, you know, weren't adopted immediately. But yeah, this is going to be a fun one. Anyways, guys, there's no more time. We are going to go right into map 2 on Bind. MARU Gaming and Spear Gaming duking it out. Right now, MARU Gaming with that 1-2-0 lead.
Okay, so this was Spear Gaming's pick. Now again, not a map they're historically good at, but they've changed their comp up pretty much all the way through, going for the Cypher. Now, of course, MARU chooses their defense first, and it's going to be classic MARU pushing out here.
Yeah, here we go. Ooh!
He spawns one.
Oh. Exia
Oh, they
punishes.
were not aware of the double there.
And, this is the problem when you do this. Like, first of all, it's not. It's going to make it impossible for the rest of your team to recover from a situation like this. Now, it's a 2 versus 4. They're going to be coming up to A. It's a 1-1 split here, so Nakji needs a miracle.
Oh, if he got that first kill, I mean, it was still anybody's game. Just because Spear Gaming kind of preemptively teleports out, they're like, oh, okay, there's still someone here after that push. Let's just go to A. Unfortunately, Nakji not able to get multiple kills despite having even spot wicks out immediately. Sungjin, I mean, surely he checks his corner right away. Call for backup.
Yeah, that door frame not going to help him very much. So Spear Gaming takes the first win here, but again, MARU Gaming, in a very MARU Gaming-esque fashion, kind of overextends at the very start, and then it's going to be very lopsided defense, and so.
I mean, MARU Gaming is truly the team that embodies that a great defense is a great offense, right? They just always go on the attack. They're always pushing out.
Yeah.
Shibab's always way in front of his teammates.
I wonder how long this is going to be a consistent feature of MARU Gaming as well, because it just seems like, well, this can't be this can't be the way to do it, right? Like, the fact that we already know that that's what they're likely to do, and then they do it, it's like,
yeah, I mean,
okay, well,
they're relying on. Their set plays have generally been pretty good last stage and this stage as well, so they're relying on teeing things up for Chibab. Now, we've seen teams like Paperex and Southeast Asia do that as well, right? They set things up for Forsaken or Jing to go out even on defense. But MARU Gaming hasn't replicated the same consistency, so to speak.
Okay, Sun peering out here from Hookah. Shanghai very far back. They basically want to let them. Oh, well, never mind. Sun just gets that kill. I was going to say they want to let them come in onto B and then try to take the fight.
Yeah, I mean, you're on an eco. You're kind of just waiting.
Oh.
Whoa, where are you going? Chibab gets shot through the smoke as he's trying to make his way out.
Yeah, Sun is just an absolute killer. It is insane to me how good Sun is with these shots.
Yeah, again, he had a couple matches where he was shaky, but he's always been, I mean, the star player of Spear Gaming. There's a reason he's playing that duelist. He's very confident. Okay,
Nakji.
Yeah. That could have gotten dicey because he picked up the Spectre, but it will eventually go over. Now, again, they lose out on a lot of their weapons, right, that they had. So we'll have to see if they can. Are they going to try to even up again? I don't think you do. I mean, I know you got 2 plants, but we'll have to wait and see what the buys are. Now, that previous round from MARU Gaming, I mean, they're just waiting, and Shanghai was most likely going to smoke once the minute timer broke down, but Spear Gaming strikes first, and they're able to enter. So, okay, finally, they're not gonna buy up to match. They say a bonus is a bonus. We'll take it as it is.
Right.
We'll see. Not going to be any sort of rush, though. Oftentimes, obviously, teams will say we'll take what we can on a bonus. Instead, they're going to get orb control first. I like it. They're thinking about the long game. Sun's only 1 point away.
Yeah, get that orb, and then just try to play a slow game here. MARU Gaming should have this in the bag. It should be an easier round.
The thing is you have shower control, but you're going to have to be able to peek out instantly at the same time. And okay, so Sun can't die here. If he does, the entire plan falls apart.
Nicely done to close in on Showers and take Sun out.
Yeah.
Now,
so
they've got the Brimstone smokes here. They're going to have to commit.
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, MARU, they could even give up the plan. I mean, their goal is to not drop any weapons.
Right.
But Nakji has correctly repositioned so that they can control sight. He's just peeking for his teammates.
Beautifully done there from MARU Gaming. Nobody was killed off on that side. That's huge.
Yes.
They're going to carry those guns right into the 4th round and have a nice cushion of credits underneath that. So, again, it was a good start in this map here for Spear Gaming, but MARU having an extremely important, super victorious round 3 there.
Yes, I mean, taking over control of Showers was excellent. Quite frankly, I mean, they could have stayed in Showers and they could have gone for a safe retake, but amidst all the smokes and the cyber cages, Nakji actually positions in sight because his teammates had eventually repositioned to Heaven, so they have a 3-way crossfire. Now, Spear Gaming, if they lose this, it starts to run out of control just a bit. Obviously, if they lose, they won't be able to buy next round, and then they have to wait until the round after that to start banking on those lost streak creds rather. Well, count on Sun to open things up.
Whoa.
MARU Gaming getting a little antsy there.
Yeah, they're kind of jumping the shark a little bit here with that. And by the way, Spear Gaming going to completely pull away here. Scrambling to get over to A. Now, the Cypher has slowly come through this area, and the only thing that can really stop this right now is Nocji.
Yeah, the thing is I mean,
Nocji's so good.
I was about to say Proxy has control of the first part of the site, so it's entirely safe. It was not, because Nocji eventually wins. They still get the plant thanks to the extra set of Brimstone smokes. Kyria.
God.
Okay, Kyria's taking over the entire site.
Yeah, Kyria's killing it right now. There we go. That's the third win here for Spear Gaming. Excellent control of that situation, and I think good coordination for everybody to pull out of B when they know it's not going to work.
Yes,
we can't force this issue.
Well, they lost Sun, right? So the reason that MARU pushes out B long is because Sun wins the fight in window, and they say, okay, we can't get stranded here in the site, so let's push out.
Right.
Unfortunately, they lose Chibab in the process, but because Wix takes out Sun, Spear is like, okay, we know there's 2 more members here. We already have a Proxy who's taking over shower control. Let's rotate to A. All in all, a good rotation. Got a little dicey, but they make it work. And now, off of the null command, they're going for a fast push into A. They know that if they win this, they're able to regain control of the economy.
Okay, Sun coming around the corner here. Chibab gets the shutdown. That's a big moment. Now, the spike is planted. But there's up for this retake
the Nightfall. The Nightfall comes out. So they know where the members in the site are. Billy Boat's a little close. I mean, this is a tough fight. Oh, Kyria with the swing out.
That was a great, pop out there. But moves is still over here. It's just Kira right now.
They know Kyria's locked in lamps. Now, they don't know which side he's going to peek out from, but he has to make a choice.
Kyria, he just commits.
Oh, he does.
Huge moment there.
Kyria tried for the spam. I mean, we heard it. Obviously, it's the Phantom, so we don't see it, but he's not able to get the diffuser, and unfortunately, the round goes in favor of MARU. That's rough. It's a rough ending. I mean, Kyria was so close.
I feel like those are the most painful losses.
Oh, yeah.
Or when it's like you don't stop them from, diffusing in time.
The meme of Squirtle playing Charmander always gets me, man. Just something about that interaction.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm a water-type Pokemon. I could actually just take you out anytime I wanted, but instead I'm going to bite you.
It's so funny.
Oh, man.
Okay. Over here on A. I mean, they're going to rush right in.
I don't know about this Nightfall rush. It doesn't even clear this cubby. Kyria is able to win the duel. Okay,
they're making
Kyria.
This look easy. The site is just free.
Yeah, now they know Chibab's here. They don't have to fight Chibab, though, because Proxy is on the flank. They can just leave him locked in, leave that to Proxy, but Zhonghai comes to the teleporter. Oh, no. This is now doable.
Oh, my God. Sun with just a great assassination onto Wix.
Well. How the tables have turned.
Yeah.
I was going to say it was doable until Sun, got the judge assassination, which is not common.
I'm glad we actually caught that on camera. And so right now, MARU Gaming going to just go hide, this time by caves near, attacker spawn. It's going to be 2-4 right now. Spear Gaming continuing on with the lead. But I think intelligently so, MARU Gaming going to pull away and say, no, we cannot overextend here, especially after losing Wix up at A Heaven.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have much creds banked up anymore, right? It was only 2 rounds. So seeing that switch now. I mean, you have the overdrive. You can try to make something work. Quite frankly, I think you have to cut your losses and do what you can this round.
Yeah.
Make it over to the next round. Spear Gaming, what day is it? It's Sunday, but it's not because it's Saturday.
Yeah.
which they admitted themselves on their side. They're like, by the way, it is Saturday. For anyone that might have been confused.
Look at this.
Sun. Just hopping on up.
Okay.
Okay, so they do. They toss whatever they can around. It's 2 members on half armor, and Chibab's going to have to rely on that overdrive. Now, Spear Gaming is, they're kind of reading the call of, okay, it's about time that MARU tries their push again that they usually do, especially with the overdrive. over on B long. MARU doesn't, though. This time they're just holding cross angles. No, Nakji, yeah, he needs to rendezvous out early. He can't get stuck. But even then, he's stuck inside, and Sun reads this.
Oh, and he's going to get flushed out.
Yeah,
it just gets nuked by Sun. Beautifully done. Sun going to wrap around here into elbow.
Yeah, I mean, they have no idea. Wix has no idea. Sun with the movement to go through the smoke of
Sun is everywhere, but hold on. Chibob with the ulti.
He's cleared out sight, but they're stuck in window and elbow. Oh,
gets another one.
I mean, it's overdrive. It's
dude, it could not have been closer.
I mean, that was about to be an ace clutch with the overdrive. Yeah. Wow. Really making full use of that Neon ultimate.
Well, this means that Spirit Gaming's going to have to buy back heavy to try to stay strong here. Although I'm not sure financially where exactly is MARU Gaming.
MARU Gaming is not sitting well, right? Because they had to toss around whatever the resources they had this past round. This was kind of their gamble round of buying up, using the overdrive. Again, that's why agents like Neon, like Jet, and Chamber are so popular. Is it lets you get over that one hump, but this time they don't get it. It's on another ego.
No real comeback mechanic at all, actually, here.
Well, Nakji gets information, but that's all he'll get, and you know, it's a bit too early. The window still goes over to Spear. I mean, at this point, you have control of window. Spear is going to try to push out Wix from Garden here. They'll even spot him. I mean, they've now pushed in. This is going to be a strike onto B. Oh, that ball line.
Funny moment here from Sun. Oh, they just, dude, it's going to be one of those sheriff rounds. Look at this.
Well, I mean, moves came so quickly for the reinforcements. Nakji not getting the rendezvous he wanted there. Wow.
Not fast enough. Big punish there. MARU Gaming winning that round with style.
Yikes. I mean, if you're going to win a Thrifty, use your ultimates. Great usage. And Nakji just trying to buy time with that rendezvous. I mean, no matter which way he went, he was kind of stuck in no man's land in the site, but the orbital command, it's just enough time to buy for the orbital command.
Well, also, B-Long, it's either you're going to go onto the site and then you're going to risk getting shot, but if you stay there, you actually have nowhere to escape to, really.
Yeah, no, the only thing is that round, it's credit to MARU, right? Because they lost control of window and immediately moves comes for reinforcements. He didn't need to because they weren't sure if they committed, but because it was an eco, they say, bring back up, let's stack back onto B.
Right.
So he gets the fault line onto Sun, who already dropped out of window. Now he's stuck in the site. He gets taken out, and Spear Gaming never actually took control of the site. So just a good, fast reaction from MARU Gaming.
So we're going to go into round 9 shortly here. I'm not surprised Spear Gaming called for a timeout. That was kind of a weird, to be honest, a little bit of an embarrassing round just to kind of get shut down like that. But they have this momentum. They just got to make sure they keep it together here.
Oh, and Nakji getting that first kill as well. I mean, moves. Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah, you see he's just trying to get that line up.
Just right at the end.
You don't have as much ability range with Brimstone.
Yeah, well,
you really do need to be close enough.
Yeah, I mean, his recent, it's been a while now, of course, buffed it up just a bit, but it's you know, that's one of the limits he has while he has the longest smokes and things like that. Now this is just a deep 0 point to clear out Showers. They will get the tag onto Chunghai.
Attempted wall bangs here from Sun. Nobody going to be on the receiving end of that.
So Spear Gaming, they're much more cautious now, right? I mean, they're also kind of on these wonky vibes with the Bulldogs. Initially, they check for Showers. They draw out one smoke coming out from Chunghai's Brimstone. But they need to be able to take control of B-Long or Showers. Otherwise, eventually, it's a telegraphed push into a site from one of the short, alleys, A short or window.
Okay, they're going to creep up B-Long here.
That's their choice.
Yeah, Wix is going to be on the other side.
I mean, man. If Proxy could have won that duel against Shibop, things would be different. But now, MARU Gaming, they're not calling for backup yet, but they're fairly focused on the potential push into B. And now they know with the null
Here they come. Nakji gets smoked out. He's going to be stuck. They're both actually going to be stuck over an elbow here. No way to really punish at all. So it's going to really just come down to this retake here.
Now we do have the Nightfall from Wix. He's still an elbow. That should provide a lot of value. Zhonghai, meanwhile, holding in teleporter.
Oh,
Zhonghai wins that fight!
yeah, I can't believe that.
And the Nightfall comes through. They know where everyone is. Whoa!
Damn, Sungjin is insane.
Oh
That's
my.
6-3.
They knew where they were, but guess what? I mean, you might be decayed and deafened and have a trail, but you're not blinded with that Nightfall.
Yeah.
And Sungjin
Who
gets
needs sound anyways?
Wow, good hold over from Sungjin.
Well, Spear Gaming maintaining this lead here. We could very well be going on to our third map here, which would be Breeze. Damn, Chibab just with the killer instinct back there.
How does Zhonghai? Oh my gosh, he even gets aim punched and he just instantly gets that shot.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, despite that, Sungjin. Okay, we have a quick push out from MARU. Very MARU style. But Sungjin again! He gets caught and he still wins his duels. And now you know, Proxy knows they're here. Oh, Proxy's not going to win it.
Doing it.
But the site was cleared, though.
Yeah, naked A site right now. They're actually going to wrap. Oh, I thought they were going to wrap all the way around into B for a second. Okay, so they're going to plant here.
Yeah, they're just repositioning for the backside, the defender side, because they already know that some members had caught them on the flank.
Right.
So rather than trying to fight them there, say, all right, let's take over one half of the site. We're going to choose the defender side because we know we can push through that for now. They do need to be wary of a potential flank here for moves. All right, Carria's watching for it. He needs back. Oh, Exia tries speak of moves, wins it first. A good flash from Carria.
Yeah, Carria really clutching that moment there. Dude, Sungjin's insane with these shots. It's crazy.
Sungjin's also one of the players. Sungjin and Sun were kind of the key players during the qualifiers, I believe, for Spirit Gaming. And there were a couple times here on the main stage where Sungjin would get a little tilted and he had a lot of trouble recovering. It took him a while. But this is a map where he's in his element. You know, he's really playing up to his potential.
Even better than the last game. And in the last game, he had a lot of really clutch moments as well. Okay, so, you know, we don't have that much more left here for the first half, but Spear Gaming with such a pronounced lead. The best that MARU Gaming could hope for right now is to try to get this 5-7.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's on bind. If you can get to 5-7, I mean, you have that chamber, which can really shut down one side of the map. Once you get that operator, you'll even have the tour de force at times. I mean, that's the best you can hope for, quite frankly. And then, you know, Chibab on Neon can go to the other side. You know, oftentimes Neon very good at taking over Shower's control or even, you know, pushing in to be guarded. We've seen DRX RB showcase that quite well.
Right. So, I mean, MARU Gaming, it is very possible to recover from this. I mean, they're going to have a strong buy round coming in. But Spear Gaming is seeming to have a lot more confidence. Now, let's keep in mind, Bind is a funny map where sometimes one side dominates, and then you switch sides, and then the other side completely dominates. Like
we've seen a lot of comebacks. Traditionally, it is from the defender side, though. I mean, again, just because on attacker side, if you don't have control of Showers or Garden, it's oftentimes you basically take a 50-50 and push through once time runs out. So that's the tough part about it.
Dude, these drawings are so funny.
There's so many silly memes here. Spear Gaming stonks, they're rising. I mean, some stonks have to rise at some point, right? Around the world, Spear Gaming, I guess, is it for now. But we'll see. I mean, again, I think Spear, they chose this for a reason. They should be fairly confident on defense as well. Got that Cypher that can really help cover a site for retakes.
Oh man, this is a very exposed B site. It's just going to be Nakji. Can he get some really sick shots off over here?
I can't.
Well, yes, he can.
And Chibab as well.
Insane.
Oh, Sun's holding on from that trademark. He's finally going to make his. He's spotted. They can spam through. Yeah. Yep, there you go. There you go.
It's him.
But here's the crazy thing. This was Spear getting the right read after that timeout. They read the stack on A.
Yeah.
And they charged through B, but Nakji gets the first kill, and it's an instant teleport that was prepped.
Dude, Sungjin almost did it again.
He
saw him waver for a second.
He almost did.
All right, Kiera remains. Now, the spike is not in the hands of Kiera, so, I mean, this is an extremely unlikely
Kiera can't do much here. I mean, the 0 point doesn't even give him information. He knows they're covering the spike. Kiera all alone. I mean, he can buy again next round, so he's going to go for what he can because his opponents cannot buy if they lose all their weapons. So that's
good call from Noxie to pull out there. It's like, no, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. Okay, so now the decision is from Carry. Okay, well, even if I could make that potential buy happen, not going to give up a potential ult door for Wix. You know, bring him one close to that Nightfall again. We've already seen 2 so far in the first half.
This is going to be 4-2-7. And if MARU Gaming can get it up to 5 after this, that's going to be pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, 5-7 is that scoreline on it. No matter how one-sided a map can get, it's always doable, right?
You can always recover from 5-7.
Yeah, because then you win the pistol and you even out. So
right.
We'll have to wait and see. Carrier just checking his own corners with a 0 point as he tries to survive. Spear, I mean, you had the right read on the stack, but it was a quick teleport. Good reaction from MARU. I mean, mostly it only worked because Noxie got that first kill. If he didn't, they didn't have to care about the teleport. They could just funnel in through the site. But a very quick teleport from MARU, able to recover that. Now I'm curious what the kind of split is going to be here. So Chibab has overdrive. So they haven't prepped to clear things out in A. It's another high 0 point clear out showers. And instead of having Noxie planted on long, they actually just leave the trademark there, and he's going to watch window. So it's just a 2-3 default setup from MARU Gaming. Spear, because of that 0 point, they've been able to finally take full control of showers.
Yeah.
I mean, they have... the only thing is they don't have information on where the Tour de Force is. They also have 2 members without goodbyes, right? A Sheriff and a Bucky. So that's the danger. The mission here is figure out where the Tour de Force is, but Noxie's not letting that happen. He's watching window from inside sight.
Okay, they're going to come into A now, and it's going to be very tough to actually stop them here. They basically smoked out the entire area. Up in heaven. Oh, does not connect there.
No, XG gets the kill first. XG gets the kill first, and the Sun clears out sight. What Spear Gaming just did was they use a Nightfall, but they don't strike from short until they know for a fact where everyone is. Good patience from them because they had a couple members without rifles. Oh, the flash just in time. Moves not entirely clear that there's someone here.
Dude, nice shot from Kiera.
Kiera is still alive in front of Showers.
Woo!
Eventually gets taken down.
Are they going to come back?
Well, they're stuck in lamps. I mean, you just need Wix to cover for you.
Oh, nice hopping shot.
It's a Bucky.
Oh! Let's go. 5-7 is going to be our score for the first half.
Wow.
Whoa, dude.
I mean, Spirit Gaming, they did what they could with the mixed buy that they had. They had a Bucky. I mean, they didn't have all the weaponry they wanted. They had a Judge, they had a Sheriff. And I like the idea. You send the Nightfall, and until it fully clears and checks lamps, we don't push out a short. And then Showers pushes out first with the weapon advantage. They are able to get the plant, but they can't hold on. I mean, Noxie getting crisp shots with the Tour de Force initially, and then able to get the 1v1.
This was a really, really impressive comeback for MARU Gaming. Now, they're still down, okay? So they haven't obviously taken this lead just yet, but clutching that at the very end. You know, at the start of that last round that we just had, it looked like there was no way that Spirit Gaming would be able to lose control of this.
Yeah, they looked very strong. I mean, they lost a couple of rounds sprinkled out, but they were still getting, 2 wins in a row.
Right.
And then eventually and finally flips back in favor of MARU Gaming. Now, this pistol is very crucial for MARU because if they win it, in theory, you're tied up. But if not, again, you kind of lose control, and then Spirit Gaming eventually, we'll be able to get their operator and things like that.
Let's point out that last time it was MARU Gaming on the defense, and in the pistol round, they went offense.
Right.
They ran out and they kind of threw. And this is this weird thing that MARU Gaming does a lot where they seem to be exceptionally aggro when it's maybe not that warranted.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think I misspoke earlier, but of course now it's going to be MARU going on the attack. Now, the Chamber still holds value here and being able to hold one of those angles if he wants. Most likely not going to over-invest into an operator early, so make that correction here. But Spirit Gaming, I mean, they all their members can handle an operator, so at a certain point, I'm sure someone will buy it. Classic just control of Gardens here from the Neon.
Chiba backs out narrowly.
I like the hold so far. They're buying time, and then they're saying, let's just back up. Don't overcommit. We know we've given up window, so let's just hold on to elbow for a potential retake.
And they're going to run the clock for a little bit here. Nocchi trying to cause a bit of a distraction here, dueling up against Proxy.
Now, Wix caught sight of 2 members, so he knows backup arrived, but unfortunately, Nocchi gets spotted by Proxy as well, so it's still going to be a B hit for MARU.
Chibob runs right through Tube here and gets the first kill on the Sun.
Excellent C's there to keep him in place.
Yeah, and they're just going to have to let that smoke run out. They can't run through there yet.
No.
Or can they?
They checked the corner a little late, but Exia's still going to get 2.
Yeah. Can Exia keep it going? Diffuse has started. Nice shot to the dome.
Well, now they know the remaining members are on long. It's a 1v1. They're both so low.
Oh!
An ace!
I can't believe it.
Exia.
That was insane.
Exia with the pistol ace.
And now it's going to be much more likely they can take this to 13 round wins. Much more likely.
The most crucial moment of that ace clutch there was actually when he pushed into window first, because his teammates go for the defuse, and off of that, you know someone's going to try to spam the smoke, so he instantly jumps up and he clears window. At which point, even though his teammates died, now he knows for fact that they're in B-long, they're in garden.
Crazy moment. 15 HP left over.
Wow.
And you can see it there now. Wow. All right.
Well,
5 to 8.
And a bit of force here,
buy.
yep, from MARU Gaming. In fact, everyone just buying down to whatever they can here. And even that doesn't give them all Spectres and Stingers.
Okay.
So now they know there's a force buy.
Okay, they're going to get the plant up here. Crossfire is set up. Oh,
no, they're not.
Plant is denied.
No, they're not. Spear knew it was a force, so they don't want to go for the initial fight, but they just have to take out the diffuser, or the planter.
Just Wix left over. That's it.
Yeah, and at this point, because the opponent's force bought, I mean, Spear, even if you end up losing 3 weapons, it's not the end of the world. I mean, you know, MARU kind of did your job for you.
Yeah, it's going to be a really crappy round 3 in the second half here for MARU Gaming.
Oh, you're still here.
Yeah.
Funny. Well, Wix slowly trying to make his way. I mean, he's so caught.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. 5 to 9. We might even be 5 to 10 shortly here.
In theory, yes, we should be. In theory, we should absolutely be at a 5-10. I mean, that force by most people went down to 0 creds. I think it was pretty much only Moves who had 400 creds left. So this is going to be another save round. I mean, you got the plant in round 1, so the force buy isn't crazy. It's not too crazy.
Right. I think had that spike plant finished, we might have had a much closer round. But once they lost control of that, it's so hard to recover from there.
Well, and here's the thing. This is something you have to watch out for when you're smoking for your own team, is because those smokes were so in the middle of those boxes, you actually had Spear Gaming allowed to peek out against the spike plant while you had, I believe it was Wix from Showers, not able to cover that, right? So you lose out on your planter. So Shower Control just given up. They don't want to fight close quarters from the side of Spear Gaming. They know it has to be an eco. Knocked you with a crazy stinger buy, but that's about it. A fault line to plant Chiba up deep. Not going to work out.
Oh, nice use of the judge.
Not able to clear out them entirely, though. And Sungjin gets caught amidst all that chaos.
Yeah, move's still over here from Shower, but the spike has been dropped, and until it's picked back up and brought somewhere else, there's not going to be any way they're going to be able to get a plant on this.
So Junghai as a judge, his best hope is someone wants to, they want to check the spike, but Exia is smart. He doesn't go for it. He just sends his Prowler. And now he knows he's still in there. That's all he needs to know.
Yeah.
He just needs to know that the spike has been recovered.
Dude moves with some pretty insane shots there.
Junghai getting a little greedy on that peak.
I mean, it is a 1 versus 2. This isn't impossible.
It's not impossible, but there is a judge.
Yeah.
And Moose heard that too, by the way, so he knows there's a gun switch. But there's
I like
not
him basically swinging in right as he knows there's going to be the confirm that he's there.
Yeah. I mean, he knows he has to make a move at some point. Again, that was their save round. They force bought on the second round of the half on the side of MARU Gaming.
Right.
Now we've seen them kind of make this aggressive push with Chibob, once on B-Long, once on Showers, actually twice on Showers, both on the force buy and the Zico round. I'd love to see them do something different, especially because this is going to be their buy round. Most likely they'll wait for a potential push out. Looks like no, they're gonna just push through.
This is so MARU Gaming here.
They're gonna. There was a smoke and you still push through.
I can't believe it. I just don't even know what to say.
That is so MARU.
But you know, here's the thing, man. They're gonna get on A site. They did clear it. They don't know that they cleared it, but they did.
they did, but I mean, they'll get the plant, right? The smokes are here, so even if backup arrives, they'll get the plant. But the problem is this was their buy round. You lose 1, 2 more weapons here, even if you win, you're on your back foot again.
It's that weird MARU Gaming, like, impulsive aggro play.
Yes.
You know.
I mean, honestly, pushing through the smoke is one thing, but you knew the enemies had a judge. They picked it up, and they kept it last round.
Here we go, the spike ticks away.
I mean, this is really, Moose going for the Rolling Thunder early just to push them out. And it works out.
Zhonghai is savage. I can't believe it. Okay, 6-10.
Yes.
They got the win.
They did, and they didn't lose an extra rifle, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, and let's not forget that it did seem like when they get further along into a match, they do look a little bit better. That being said, you know, Spear Gaming's still so substantially ahead right now.
Zhonghai with a kind of hero hold there in his own smoke. So Spear Gaming, because they kind of bought up to try to match that previous round, they can't all afford. Sungjin's going to have that judge. Of course, he's on that Brimstone, so he can work around his own smokes. He's got the orbital command as well. And just a classic kind of setup here to plant the Neon Deep and be long. Spear Gaming, by the way, has never challenged this, right? They're always willing to just let them get close to guard and hold the site, which I think is a smart move, knowing how MARU Gaming plays. I mean, you know that aggression's coming. We saw it in Showers as well. Spear Gaming says you can take it as long as you can't do anything with it, right? We'll give you that space. Sungjin's here with orbital command, by the way.
Oh!
Now okay, so they're not going to get any kills.
Yeah, not bad.
I mean, you basically...
They can always hop on teleporter if, you know, Nakchi can clear out A here. They can dive right back into that and seesaw the action over here.
That's the idea, yep. The reason Nakchi makes this move before the main crew of MARU Gaming is exactly what you call it, Tasteless. It's that if we win, we rotate. If not, we stay. But little did he know, Exio is still here as well. He actually buys so much time. Down to 40 seconds. They have to commit now.
Yeah, they're going to plant right wedged in between the box.
Okay. It's going to be double Nightfall, but it's actually the members and lamps that are in trouble.
Yep. It's just Sungjin left over. That's it.
Yes.
With a judge and a spike this far back.
He swapped guns. He has a Vandal. Just picked it up right now, but I mean, it's a 1v3, and you're not sure if there's still 1A short. There's so much to consider here. They know you're here because you also got tagged.
This is like such a gauntlet you'd have to go through to get anything that's going to work.
Well, you spot each other, and Sungjin, I mean, the most you can hope for is you win the duels on the exits, and then you can get out yourself. Not able to.
Zhonghai just too good. 7-10, man. And we're getting closer and closer to the moment where financially Spear Gaming is going to be strained.
Yeah,
and that's when you get those pretty much free rounds.
I think they are strained.
I think this is the round.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I think. I mean, we're going to check in a second here, but you know, they're not going to be able to get what they want.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they had to buy up. This was the round. Yeah, this was the round where Sungjin had to buy the judge because they tried to buy up to match the rifle round from MARU Gaming, and so now they're the ones on their back foot now. Yeah, so it's going to be a full eco. You don't have a neon, you don't have a chamber, so you don't have any of those ultimates that can kind of replace a gun. And I mean, MARU Gaming, they're reading this correctly. They say, okay, if they didn't push out, we do have to still be wary of this cubby in front of the teleporter. Also, nobody in window. That's a little weird. Okay, so Proxy's faking that he's crossed back over, but I don't think MARU's going to fall for this. I mean, if they do ever choose to push, they'll check both sides. In fact, they'll do it now with the aftershock. Yep.
Yeah, drove him right out of there.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is you should just be able to push into. Well, okay, now they have their choice. But honestly, yeah, they can just go into B because they know they forced one out into the teleporter.
Yeah, no. And the only thing that's going to be standing here is Kira.
Yeah, Kira with the shorty. That's the only thing he's got. I mean, he's at most gets
such
one
an uncomfortable.
kill.
Oh,
yeah, not going to get one.
Wrecked. And so, you know, these B site retakes, they're so hard to do.
Well, especially long. I mean, Proxy's got a rifle. That's right. That's the only hope. If Proxy can't get an early kill, though, he just got spotted, so they know that Proxy's on the flank. There's still a member in window as well. Proxy has to win the first fight. If not, he's almost better off saving.
Yeah.
Because while he can buy, everyone can buy the next round, they can't. Otherwise, they have to keep ping-ponging back and forth. So
well, he's cleared out Belong, but now he has no idea where he's going to have to look.
No.
And there's just not enough time on this spike. You can see they're already basically evacuating.
Wix is trying to greed for this kill. Well, yeah, Proxy just being safe in case someone follows him through. But they've already caught up, more or less. I mean, MARU, sure. If they win this next one, we'll have to calculate closely because of this Vandal save. So everyone buys this round except for Proxy, or Proxy can give over the rifle to one other person. And then the next round, they can probably get almost all full buys if they balance things out, or at least, you know, like all half armors and rifles. We'll have to see. Never mind, it's actually a lot worse than I thought it would be.
Yeah, Spear Gaming going to go for the timeout here. It's getting a little bit scary. I mean, they had a very impressive showing early on. MARU Gaming seems to have really made the right micro adjustments in their play style here. And, dude, I think they could probably keep carrying these wins on and catch up to 10 wins as long as they don't pull a MARU Gaming and just, like, rush something.
Yeah, which,
you know what I mean?
Which they haven't been doing much of. I think they've analyzed that. Well, for one, it's quite telling at this point, and two, that's probably what Spear prepped against, right? Is this aggression. So MARU's been changing up their tempo a bit more than we're used to. On the other side, quite frankly, the Cypher hasn't been working out. I mean, I think one of the strengths of Cypher is that worst case scenario, if you do keep losing your initial duel, is you can leave the spy cam for a retake. You just don't show it until the site's been taken over, and then you figure out the situation.
Right.
We haven't been seeing that. The traps haven't found much value. MARU's very wary of where the trap wires might be. And that's tough because otherwise, I mean, you're kind of relying on KO getting all the information you can when you don't have something like a Sky to navigate the guiding light deep into enemy territory.
Yeah, again, another great round here from MARU Gaming. And if they're going to come in here once more, this could be tough here for Spear Gaming. Oh, hold on. All right, an immediate pull away from the A site. And it seems like they've pretty much duped Spear Gaming. We saw both of their agents pulling away. They're going to tiptoe back onto B.
Yeah, the thing is, well, first of all, great position from Sun. He's hiding just at the very edge, so he doesn't get peeked first. So he's holding an advantageous angle while on the truck, because otherwise your arm shows first when they're swinging out of short. But now, the thing that MARU just did was they pulled out so much utility from Exia. He only has his Haunt left, right? He sent out one Prowler and the Seas. So MARU still has their choice of site if they want to go in, because they know that the Fade can't do much. The Fade, I mean, use the Haunt just now. I think you could have afforded to wait until the 40-second mark, but not going to get any information on Belong either. Showstopper not getting value.
He gets out.
Okay,
Sun is in a very good spot to just nuke anybody on entry. Gets one. I think that literally connected with the agent, by the way.
Yeah, he just hides right in the smoke and swings out and gets Chi-Bomb. I think he might have even shot it from the smoke right as it's about to run out.
Uh-oh.
I mean, a good rotate.
Yeah. Oh, and they're going to move all the way back around in A.
Okay, so they're faking a rotate, but Moves heard some exits, but Sun is like, wait a minute. MARU overthinking.
MARU trying to get a little bit too big brain there.
I mean, they also, I think Moves heard a couple footsteps, but Moves, that must have been a bit of a rushed calm because you were not certain. And if anything, even if you heard a couple moving out, you had to wait until Moves for sure knew that he could play the flank.
Right, exactly.
Oh, but quite frankly, at the end of the day, this all comes down to Sun, right? I mean, he's winning all the fights he needs to. I mean, look at this. And this is smart of Sun to be the one who wraps around Lamps before Moves can make his own decision. So, well played by Sun. I mean, once again, he's kind of carrying the torch here for Spear Gaming.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the major threat here on Spear Gaming.
Absolutely.
If Sun has an opportunity to maybe clutch down a fight with 3 or 4 players, a lot of times that's all you need. So again, a very quiet start here in round 20. Nakji looking for a shot.
He's not going to find one yet, but the real force is behind Showers, and we do have a potential fault line. Oh, okay. Noxie hides from that Prowler.
Yeah, that's actually pretty big.
So he can cross-check Heaven and the site for him. They know that the Raze is here. They're trying to force him into Noxie's sights. They force him out.
Yeah, that was so sick.
Oh, and that's 2 kills from Noxie. Huge 3.
Oh my god.
Massive impact with the attacker's operator.
Noxie just completely massacring over there. Easy A-site plant. And Spear Gaming not even going to try to venture over there.
No, I mean, it's
There's
a 2v5.
Yeah.
You give up the flawless. This is not worth the potential to refill some of these crucial ult orbs on the side of MARU Gaming.
Yeah. And so it's going to be 9-11.
Yeah.
Now, most of the last rounds have been MARU Gaming wins. I mean, it looked like Spear Gaming was close to closing this out. Financially, I'm curious with Spear Gaming whether it's going to be the next round or the round after the next round, assuming that MARU Gaming keeps winning, or they're just going to have to start giving a round away pretty much, at least on paper.
Chibop not going to overextend on the exit either. I mean, it's not like all of MARU's very rich either. They'll manage, but they're the ones who are trying to play catch-up.
Okay, 9-11. MARU Gaming fighting back and fighting back hard. You can see Spear Gaming, they just want to end this. They just want to get into map 3 and get a fresh start.
I have no idea what the character is. She's also memeing on Noxie's name going Knock-East instead of Nice, which is how Koreans pronounce nice. that sign's one of those that doesn't work well when I translate what's going on.
Yeah. It's like, it's not as clever in English as you might think it is.
No. Well, a fault line and a Prowler push into showers. And the relay bolt. But this is all set up for Sungjin to try to hold this. Oh, actually, they're going to push back in.
Dude, Sungjin punishes there.
The double peek from Carrier and Sungjin, that's huge. I thought they were just going to, I thought Carrier was going to fake that it was just him at showers and leave Sungjin planted, but, well, you get 2 kills. You saw that showers smoked off. So while they could eventually come back to showers, Spirit Gaming is now making the call to reinforce B. And, oh no, this one util from Moves is going to draw Sun back? No. Yeah, good catch from the spy cam. Exia's here for backup once again on B site. No, Moves is going to make the first contact here in A, but he loses.
Yeah.
So they know that they don't have to rush over to A because no one else made a move on A. So Spirit Gaming is quite well aware that this could still be any site. Excellent.
Nicely done. 12 wins. 1 more, and that ends map 2. And this means MARU Gaming has to just keep winning and cannot stop. No more mistakes allowed here.
Keep on winning. That's what they got to do. Well, I mean, that round was very textbook, playing from Spirit Gaming, right? You take control of showers, you notice that no one else crept through the smoke, and then you say, okay, we can leave shower open for now as long as we hold short, because that's most likely the avenue they'll have to come through. Otherwise, they have to use util to clear out showers. They wait until someone makes a move. They don't overcommit. Exia almost over-rotated off of that aftershock, but he comes back to B because the spy cam is able to catch, I believe it was Junghai over in window. And, after that, Moves, if he got the first kill, it would have been something, but he doesn't. So then Spear Gaming's like, okay, it's probably still B. Everyone just keep your positions.
Yeah, MARU Gaming calls for this timeout. They have to basically bring this to, what is the most ideal for us as viewers and fans, right? Get this to OT. Again, I'm kind of going back to that MARU Gaming moment where, they tried to be uber big brain and, go on the teleporter to B and then be like, we're back at A. And it's like...
Well, for one, we've seen, obviously, notably at Masters, Reykjavik was when it was one of the times that it worked very dramatically, was Optic made that right move. But here, I think it was a case of Moves heard a couple footsteps and he said, okay, we can come back. But unfortunately, Sun was one step ahead of him.
Okay.
Just a slow creep into showers.
Yeah.
The thing is this is the first time Proxy's switched over to A, and he's held on to that operator. He gives up peeking. He's going to reposition because he doesn't have his own exit covered.
I gotta say, Spirit Gaming's had very good instinct on where the spot that's gonna be pushed is.
They've had some good reads. I mean, on MARU, especially after timeouts, they've had some good reads on MARU's patterns. And I like this reposition, right? Initially, if it's a rush, Proxy goes for the first kill. If not, he's now repositioned. He's watching short. You've got Keria watching showers. Now, with these smokes, you have to back off. You can go for the spam, but you have to back off.
In between two heads there.
Okay, Proxy needs to stay alive until his teammates show up.
Okay, they're not going to get to hiccup the spike. It is planted.
Sun is on a giant flank, but the trademark will have to be taken out. Yeah, so now they're aware that Sun's coming. The duel between Sun and Moves is kind of crucial here. Okay, Sun gets
nicely
it.
done. He's going to crack open the backside here.
Well, he just has to keep them tied up.
Nocchi shuts him down.
Spear making their way into the site. Nocchi is...
Oh, they're kind of doing it, dude.
Oh my gosh, they're able to clear it out.
Yep, that's going to be it. This is going to end 9-13, and we are going to map 3.
Well played by Spear. I like the repositioning on A, Proxy staying alive, not overcommitting. And I said it, I mean, Sun needed to win that flank. If he didn't, things were going to be a lot dicier. But after he gets that kill, even though Nocchi kills him, he's drawn them back far enough. He's bought enough time for his teammates to approach the spike. And then it's just duel for duel. Nocchi does what he can with the operator, but it's not going to happen. And we go to that third map. It's going to be Breeze coming up.
Yeah, Breeze is a totally different beast. It's going to be a lot of fun to just see who's going to come out on top and take this. I think Spirit Gaming made some right adjustments in their play. We do see MARU Gaming with some eccentric approaches, especially, I think, before we've really even been able to feel out the map with both teams, occasionally just being a little bit too aggro. And so there you have it.
Well, Spear Gaming, I mean, this is what everyone wanted from Spear Gaming, is to be able to show that they can hang with at least, you know, the tier 2. And we'll see. I mean, again, I think Spear Gaming coming into this match assumed that they would have to give up that fracture if it was picked.
Yeah.
It's not a map that they've had a lot of reps in. Now going to Breeze, I mean, this is a map where Spear Gaming has shown some good understanding of how to use time and, you know, taking space on Breeze.
Right. So there you have it, guys. We are fortunate enough tonight to end up with that third map. And, you know, it could go either way. Again, these two teams very evenly matched. Excellent closer there, by the way, again, for Spirit Gaming with that retake.
Yeah, and Sungjin is just playing so crisply today. Big props to him. I mean, he's had several moments on that bind where he was the one that really allowed the win to formulate here for Spear Gaming. But it was looking a little dicey for a while, right? MARU was starting to mount that comeback.
Yeah.
They're starting to try to catch up, but every time MARU calls a timeout, Spear has the read on him.
Yeah.
Which just shows the prep that they've done.
Yeah, I think Sungjin and Sun really taking these moments and clutching it and pulling it through. And you got to play like that. If it's going to be this back and forth, you need to have those moments where, you know, even when it's not exactly in your favor, you can probably overpower them. Just with good gunplay, good peeks alone.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Breeze.
Yeah, and I honestly just don't know who's going to take it on Breeze. It's just too hard to call right now. I think MARU Gaming did a good job fighting back, but Spirit Gaming made the right adjustments in the end.
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, I wonder how much prep MARU has done against Spear's Breeze, because I think Spear's been taking some good lessons off of their losses on Breeze, and they've shown some good movement on it as well. And I'd be curious to see how this looks. I mean, most likely we'll see the Jets come back, so that's something to look forward to as well.
All right, guys, short break, and when we come back, the final Valorant map of the night on Breeze. We'll see you soon.
Okay, so Sun can't die here. If he does, the entire plan falls apart. He out from, but he has to make a choice. Carry
he just commits.
Oh, he does.
Huge.
Oh no. This is now doable.
Oh my God.
He's stuck inside and Sun reads this.
Oh, and he's gonna get flushed out.
Yeah,
just
elbow.
It's another one.
I mean, it's overdrive. It's
dude.
Nocchi not getting the rendezvous he wanted there. And the nightfall comes through. They know where everyone is. Whoa!
Damn, Sungjin.
They checked the corner a little late, but X's still gonna get 2.
Yeah, can Xia keep it going? Diffuser started. Nice shot to the dome.
Well, now they know the remaining members are on long. It's going to be one. They're both so low.
Oh!
An ace. But Sun is like, wait a minute. Maru
Sun.
overthinking.
Oh, dude.
Oh my gosh, they're able to clear it out.
Yep, that's going to be it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Valorant Challengers Korea. We're going into the final map of the night. It's tied up 1-1. MARU Gaming versus Spear Gaming, turning out to be a pretty close and exciting series.
Yeah, I mean, some of us, were wondering, oh, is it going to be more one-sided once we watch the Fracture? Even though the score was 13-9, it seemed, it really just came down to aim duels on that map at the end of the day. But on Bind, we saw the reason Spear picked it. I mean, they had some better ideas. They struggled a little bit in the second half, really not being able to make the Cypher really do much. But they eventually switched it up. Proxy finally getting that operator. I mean, that was kind of meant to be his thing. Is even though he's not chamber, he'll still hold down a sight. He does a spy cam to help, assist other angles. And it works out. They close it out 13-9, in fact. So both maps going 13-9. And now on to Breeze, a map where both teams have seen some successes. We saw Spear Gaming. They beat Tartarus on this map quite handily, and then they also took 10 rounds off of On Slayers. Meanwhile, MARU has beaten Damakia before on this map. But before that, we'll have to kind of celebrate Sungjin's MVP here on that Brimstone. I mean, I just think there were so many impactful rounds from him. With the right lurks and the right angles.
Yeah, Sungjin even outshining Sun back there. I mean, it was a really fun, round for him overall here. I mean, so many clutch moments, so many moments where if he had not won the gunfight versus sometimes 2 or 3 agents at once, I don't think that we would have had the kind of score that we had here. In fact, I think it's very possible that MARU Gaming would have kind of just walked away, winning this 2-0. I do think that as we go on Breeze here, and we were kind of talking about this on the break, Chobra, like Sungjin and Sun have been so good at duels. And so much of Breeze is just being able to take a shot at a great distance.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I mean, when Spear Gaming lost to On Slayers, it was close, but it was one of those days where Sun just could not pop off for his life.
Right.
I mean, Carey was playing out of his mind on the Viper at that time, but Sun as the Jet when they were playing against On Slayers, I just couldn't find a winning duel.
No.
And that's rough when your duelist is having that kind of trouble. So we'll have to see, if that today Sun looks very on point. Even on Fracture, he was the top. I mean, he got nearly 400 ACS while losing.
Yeah, which is insane.
So I'm curious to see, because while Chibob's always done kind of his part on MARU Gaming, I would say today Sun seems to be more on point. Sorry, I got freaked out for a moment because you guys can't see it, but our observer screen was like flickering to the beat of the music. They were just having fun on their own, switching between the different computers. I was like, well, hold on. But yeah, I just want to say Sun looks on point today. I think that might be the deciding factor, because Breeze is a map where Spear Gaming understands the macro play. They understand how to use rotations. They understand how to force information out of the enemy. We'll have to see if it continues today.
Also, I don't think Chibob's play style is particularly helpful here on this kind of a map.
Oh, what, pushing out every round no matter what?
every round no matter what, doing aggro stuff. I do feel like that gets punished pretty quickly here.
Yes, and we joke about it, but again, there are teams that make this work. I mean, MARU to a certain extent makes it work. WGS often makes it work with Han. Obviously, internationally, Paper Rex makes it work all the time with Forsaken. They commit so much to allow their duelists to go out and frag out. See if that's the case here.
Right, we've got a Yoru lock in here for Proxy. Very exciting stuff.
So this is interesting because, again, they played against On Slayers when On Slayers was still utilizing Bazi on that Yoru. Seems like they want to take a page out of that book. Mind you, On Slayers has moved on. They've gone back to the Jet for Bazi. Yeah. So Spear Gaming's now taking that for their own, and Sun's going to play Chamber, which Sun's a great op user. Not surprising. But I'm curious, Proxy, I mean, you're taking on so many different caps for your team. How comfortable are you on this Euro? I'm curious.
This is going to be interesting. I like that you pointed out that this was used before, but not anymore with that team. But this idea is now in the ecosystem of Korean Valorant. And so, yeah, man, I mean, let's see how this works out. It could work out really nicely, but, the execution is going to have to be there if it is.
Yeah, I mean, Bazi's Euro was very good. And even then, there were certain teams where they just could not fight up against them, like DRX.
Right. All right, guys, it's time to settle the score. This is MARU Gaming versus Spear Gaming in this best of 3. The final map on Breeze starts now.
Now, if we were to note a difference, On Slayers also has King on the Cypher, usually on Breeze. And that's the other difference, right? We have Chamber for Sun here for Spear Gaming. But at the end of the day, one of the bigger weaknesses of a comp like this is when you have that Yoru, it does become much harder for the retake. Now, with the Chamber, I mean, if you have, you know, something like the Tour de Force or an Operator, you can try to peek first for your teammates, and there are other options, but we'll have to see how that plays out. Now, Spear Gaming is starting on attack, so that will be for the second half of the map.
Okay, so a pretty nice spread right now here for Spear Gaming. They are going to end up pushing up here towards Elbow, and B is completely empty. No one is defending that. They're basically going to go for a retake. MARU Gaming is if they go ahead and plant on there, and it looks like the Yoru's almost pushed that up there.
Oh, Sun was already planted deep. Coming out from Elbow, though.
Dude, he's so good. It's insane, these shots he's taking.
Yeah, I mean, what a great plant from Spear Gaming as well. They kind of push out of Elbow first, and then they pinch onto mid. Really gives them the advantage.
All right, Wick's coming up now, but he's going to be lurked here. Not even yet. Sun doesn't even get there in time to get that surprise shot in the back.
Yeah, moves all alone. Can't do much.
Spear Gaming with a strong start here. MARU Gaming with a pretty interesting setup, you know, basically leaving B wide open and looking for fights in mid while covering A. Are we going to have any kind of coin flippy positions in round 2?
I mean, most likely if you're MARU, you probably still commit some members to push out mid. I mean, if you lose control of mid, you're so spread out, right, and you don't have much other intel, especially on an eco round. You don't want to use your util too early. So either they could go for a dice roll onto a site here, but no, it's going to be a commitment onto Halls, it looks like, potentially taking control of that.
Yeah, or at least it looked like it was going to be a push into Halls. It's actually also a push down here towards B lobby. So.
Now that's a crucial position because oftentimes you'll get so many audio cues when you're in that corner of rotations or coming back to B site. You can get a potential lucky kill if they don't check that corner. So I like the plan, right? You have Chibob watching for you as you creep up. Nocchi's able to stand there. Now, unfortunately, the fake gate crash might be what keeps them a little longer over on B, and they're not able to move out of it just yet. Wix?
What? One bullet, now none. How is Wix like taking both these fights? This is crazy to me.
Just so we're clear, he didn't take any damage from that.
Yeah, that was a pretty wild moment here. The spike is going to be planted on the corners of pyramids here.
Yeah, but if Keria doesn't clear out these members in shop, this could end up being kind of disastrous. Zhonghai goes right around for the drone. Okay, Keria. He's not aware of the second one, though. They still have a numbers advantage.
Here. Yeah, Chibob can definitely still get some picks, but if you just hug pyramids, that would force Chibob to actually have to push here.
Oh, I mean, Sun, he's finally here. Okay,
dude,
so Sun was purposely, he was purposely waiting in mid doors. He didn't want to reveal himself too early because then he'd have to watch both angles.
Right.
So he waits until his teammates are able to give him the crucial information. It goes down to a 1v1. Well, but honestly, Wix chipping away at so much damage early on kind of cascaded into
kind of crazy
going down to a 1v1 there at the end.
I love this. You know that if they're going to be back here and they're inside the site side, they're probably going to be behind that box, so just preempt it.
Yeah, and right off of that drone, you know some members are already in pyramid, so a good gamble there with the shorty.
There were some buys back there for MARU Gaming, but this is going to be the round where Vandal advantage is going to be pretty big.
Well, Spear Gaming, I mean, they buy up to match.
Too,
yeah, they simply worked off of Marshall's as well. I like the idea from Spear Gaming.
Yeah,
we didn't touch upon it, on that second round. I wish we had, but we see the result of it now is, hey, this is a map where it's all long-range battles anyway.
Okay, spike being planted.
Okay, Nocchi not able to clear out over the corpse of Sungjin. They're not going to look for the res, but they are able to buy time. Oh, they're going to go for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right under that toxic screen.
Nice res there. Zhonghai just not having enough right now. That's going to be it. A third win on the board. It was closer than I think they would have liked, but I'll tell you what, man, just keeping this momentum, it's a real headache now for MARU Gaming.
Yeah, and again, this goes back to the choice that Spear Gaming had of let's also not overcommit our econ on round 2.
Yeah.
Let's just watch for the buys, because here's the thing. I mean, Spectres are great, but on a map like Breeze, at the end of the day, you know, those marshals kind of come into stronger play.
Yeah.
They don't overcommit. They're able to match the rifle round. I like the idea. I like the econ play.
Yeah, and so in round 4 here, this is going to be a pretty rough one here for MARU Gaming. Now they've got 2 sheriffs, so they're going to see what they can find. But truth be told, it's just hard to imagine, especially, you know, with the Vandals being at play here and that being so strong on this big open map.
Oh, and here you got the orb on A. You gate crash back to B. You know exactly where the jet. Oh no! Oh no! Chibob wins the first duel.
What is happening?
Okay.
Yeah, gets the kill there on a Chibob.
Okay. Oh, that
Yeah.
almost turned into a crazy disaster. I mean, Proxy thankfully has the awareness to just trust his teammates.
Yeah.
And the result is they get the plant. They lose 1 member. It's not the end of the world. And the biggest thing is, you know, eventually Chibob couldn't keep the rifle he got. So
Yeah.
that's important.
Great shot from Sungjin.
Sungjin's on point today. Sungjin and Sun. I mean, they've really been playing up to their potential today. Exia doesn't want to be left out of that conversation. No, she's gonna stuck. Tries to pop flash out, but Exia's watching the other side.
Masterful game there, but of course not a lot of opportunities, realistically speaking, here for MARU Gaming. And so it's now 4-0 here.
Yeah.
This next round, it's going to be much more doable, though, for MARU Gaming. They're going to have at least, you know, as far as weapons go, you know, more chances here. But I got to say, Spear Gaming is really killing it.
Yeah, no, I mean, the idea of, okay, we're 1 point away, instead of waiting for the Viper split, let's just use this Euro ultimate to take advantage of it. Oftentimes, one of the biggest reasons on Slayers uses the Euro is to counteract the Viper ultimate, right? You send Euro in to find the location. Now, that does mean they don't have it this time around, right? You have the pit set up in A. Now, if they wanted to, Spirit Gaming does have Hunter's Fury. So after the initial sprays, if they wanted, they could try to force that out, but they don't have to. I mean, worst case, they could go through mid.
Yeah, they could wrap around into A and basically negate any benefits of that Viper wall.
By the way, they do have full control of mid, so this is really easy pickings. Oh, I don't know about pinching into the pit, though. If you are going to do it, I think you have to crowd around mid doors.
Yeah, this kind of surprises me if this is going to be their game plan.
Okay, so Proxy is purposely just buying time. He already has the gate crash. Yep, set up to back up for his teammates over on A. I like the fake.
Yeah, no, the fake is pretty good here. Nakji is going to have to get dropped as well here before they can basically surprise the Viper. Oh!
Chibob is the important one, because if they win this fight from Halls, it's all over for MARU. Chibob
Whoa.
stays alive. He's looking for more. They can't break through this.
Yeah, they're having a very tough time fighting.
Trying to jump
Shanghai.
in, and there's the snake bite. I mean,
the spike is now just stuck inside of the pit here. Sungjin lurks just outside. And I mean, is he going to poke in?
No, I don't think so. I think he's just gonna keep the rifle. It's such a losing battle.
Yeah, they don't know where he is right now. I mean, he's hiding in plain sight, but
they actually have no idea. They don't think he's through yet. Oh, does Nakji? Oh, Nakji finds
Nakji gets him. Okay, MARU Gaming gets that first win. A much needed one, but you know, an expensive one. It does seem like it's maybe a little bit less true on Breeze, but like, you need to win. If you have a Viper on your team, you need to win the rounds where you use the Viper's pit.
Well, yeah, generally. It's such a strong ulti.
It's such a strong ulti.
Yeah. I mean, and ideally it shuts down one side. Now, Proxy just not checking for Chibob.
But I think strategically that wasn't a great play there from Spear Gaming.
Well, it was very theoretical. It was a very theoretical play. The idea was we'll do the classic pinch in from Halls. In fact, we'll add in mid doors with the Yoru. And you're expecting the Yoru fake on B to hold down 3 people, which it did initially, but Chibob rotated quickly. He's here again on A site. And if they couldn't clear yellow, then they can't clear the site. And that was the unfortunate part about the choice. And the fact that they didn't commit the Hunter's Fury either, I mean, if you're going to try to break through, I think you throw everything you have at it. I mean, you're on such a streak. But what's done is done. Moving forward right now without the chamber, you're kind of committed to eventually pushing through. You can't really rely on alert too hard. I mean, Carry is there, but considering Carry has the pit, if they get into a site, they can do it. And MARU's very well aware of this. So they're not going for any early fights. They're just hanging back. Chibob's holding, you know, slowly deciding to peek if anyone eventually makes their way in through a main. Spear Gaming, their only option is to, you know, really go in and while you get this recon bolt to clear out back sight, you go in at the same time and you force Chibab out. You got the 0 point.
Just not getting those shots to connect quite. And now driven out of this position on the other side here.
They need to win that. Yeah, they win the fight on stairs.
They're killing it.
Chibab stranded.
Oh, no, it's just not going to work. Chibab shut down immediately.
A nice attempt given the scenario. Exia just keeping any other backup out of bridge.
Yeah, and there's just no way that this one Viper is going to be able to recover. Spear Gaming pops up to 5-1.
Yeah.
Excuse me, 5-1 here. And an impressive showing.
Well played by them. I like the idea. It's the classic send the recon dart into back, keep the jet tied up with the 0 point because then you can't use the tailwind. And then you push through. Now, obviously, Chibab, if he had gotten that first kill, things would have been different. I mean, that's always the danger when you're facing against the operator. But also the way they filed out, they don't cross. They actually just hug the wall as they're coming in because they don't want to give that wide angle over to the operator. They're like, okay, if he's tied up in pyramids, that's fine. We'll deal with him after we put down the pit because the operator's not so useful in the pit. And just overall a good call from Spear Gaming.
Yeah. Excellent seizure of the A site here. And MARU Gaming, you know, if they don't start to scoop up some wins, this can get a little bit snowbally here, you know, as they're going to have more and more rounds where they're just not going to have any real opportunities. So MARU Gaming calls for that timeout, and I mean, I don't think we have to ponder why here. They've really lost control of this game, and I think some of the stuff that we talked about being a major factor earlier on, Chobra, is coming true here. I think that Spear Gaming's had better gunplay with their better players. And are just able to take some of these shots at great distances. You know, if you're a good shot on Breeze, it's so punishing.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, with this much long-distance fights, it's a very aim-based map. But on top of that, the Sovas are always so crucial on this map. And Exia has always done quite well for Spear Gaming whenever they come onto Breeze. Now, continuing with, of course, the shock bolt just to clear out any potential trademarks. Now, the trademark is intentionally very deep on bridge. Oh, Chibab starting to push out. Okay, Nakji's here to support.
MARU Gaming doing just MARU things, coming out. Nakji bites off 2 players immediately. Oh, cool lurk here from Proxy.
Yep, he's just gonna try to get out of here. He needs to join his teammates. He needs to pick up the spike. He wants to get one more peek here. Oh, and he wins it.
Yeah.
I mean, he
basically evens this out,
this
and then he gets a lead.
Yes, so this signifies that they should push into A because there was an aggressive force. Now, what they're not aware of is moves. Moves is already on the flank. And Sun getting taken down, actually, this works in their favor because they know someone's on their flank. If not, Moves could have gotten the jump on them. But, I mean, time-wise, if they wanted, they could try to push through. I mean, they could just plant for Defender, Yeah, they're
just going to plant on the opposite side here. Now, Moves is just on the other side of Pyramids.
But they're aware that people can come from the flank. Okay.
1v1.
Now,
it's Wix with the operator.
But Wix knows where Proxy is. Proxy has no idea where Wix is. So, Proxy with the ace.
Savage victory there. Nicely done. Yeah, you know, it's kind of funny, Chobra, that we're seeing MARU Gaming. Like, when they have called that timeout, like, what do? They're like, we do a MARU Gaming, and we just, even though we're defending, we're going to come out with aggro.
Okay, hold on, though. It did work. Until Proxy got the kills. I get it.
No, it started to work. You're right.
I mean, the thing is you can, in hindsight's 2020, you can always argue, oh, well, you killed off 2 members in shop. Like, why would you keep pushing? But the idea was that they wanted to clear out, you know, halls because they weren't quite certain of it. I mean, they wanted to pinch it with moves. It's just Proxy was one step ahead. I agree that they shouldn't have extended that far. I agree with that. Ultimately, it was not the right move. But it's more so that Proxy wins every duel from there on out. So, I mean, big props to him. And now his ult's back. They don't wait for the Viper's pit. They know it's a far ways away. He's going to try to clear outside along with the Hunter's Fury. I mean, this is all sorts of information.
This is insane. All right, Proxy's over here now. Can he pop out and get a kill?
He spots Wix.
Yeah, Wix just darts away here. Wix having a hard time trying to get any kind of angle over here.
This wasn't planted because their flank got taken away.
Nice play by Nakji. And it's just Sungjin remaining here.
Yeah, I mean, great clearance with Hunter's Fury, but they get taken out from the flank.
Hold up. Now, he has no idea where Nakji is. Nakji is lurking, coming around towards a door up in Hall.
Yeah, so Sungjin doesn't know that he's rotated all the way, but I like the idea from Nakji, because the thing is Sungjin has to care about the flank, because that's where Nakji got the last kill. So eventually that opens up the idea that Wix can slowly push forward while Nakji is rotating, and that's your backup plan. I mean, good use of ultimates, but no one covering for each other, quite frankly. And they kind of get taken out by Wix, really. Wix is just watching from afar. Nakji gets an initial kill on the flank. And Wix actually gets the very initial kill as well. And Wix's tour de force gets full value in that round.
Yeah, big flank back there to really mess him up. But again, I mean, even though they lost that round, Spear Gaming did get a lot of kills there. Financially straining MARU Gaming as much as they can.
So the operator taking that early shot, sometimes you're like, ooh, he whiffed the first shot, now they know where he is. But MARU Gaming's already taken control, or they're watching elbow, and they have Chiba planted deep. This means if they do ever choose to rotate, this is big trouble. They're kind of trapped in here. You know that's a fake, you know. I mean, one of these days it's not going to be, but
yeah, one of these days that's going to be the play.
The deep lurk setup for Chiba was good, but just everyone starts rotating at the same time.
And now it's pretty obvious that they want to try to come in here onto A. Zhonghai going to try to sandbag any progress with that, taking a little bit of damage.
And he's just going to wait for his teammates. They're already at mid doors, but Sun is the crucial setup here. If Sun can get the lurk onto Nakji.
Here he comes.
There he is. It's still down to a 2v2.
Yeah, and Wix gets another insane operator shot off, making our score 3-6 as, you know, we get further and further along in the first half. It does seem like MARU Gaming is really pulling it together here.
Yes, I mean, they're finally coming together. And a big part of that is that Wix's operator shots are hitting. His tour de force shots are hitting, right? And again, this is one of those maps. I mean, Haven's kind of the same way, kind of for different reasons, but it's very operator dependent. I mean, for Haven, it's because you have 3 sites, so if you shut down either C-Long or A-Long, then you have an advantage. For Breeze, it's just everywhere. It's very, very long distance, very open. So if the operator can start getting kills, that forces the opponents to have to work around mid. Therefore, MARU starts lurking deep into mid. I mean, Chibab didn't win his fight, but the idea is there that eventually Spear Gaming runs out of options, and you know they have to go A. So overall, MARU Gaming using that to their advantage, and finally Spear Gaming, they don't have the economy to buy up.
So Spear Gaming's called for this timeout, and I mean, it's too bad for them. They were doing so well here, but now MARU Gaming seems to really be gelling with the map, and I think they're getting the plays that they wanted to have. They don't have a ton of money, I believe, for this next round here. So it's going to be, you know, unless they can get pretty inventive, it's going to be tough for them for sure, especially when you've got the operator player roaming and just continuously getting the picks, which basically makes the rest of the round so easy.
Yeah, now you look at MARU's setup, they know it has to be a bit of a either half-buy or an eco round coming out from Spear Gaming. So instead of forcing fights mid, where, you know, they might just run into everyone and it becomes chaos, they're going to push out of each site. I don't know if you commit to pushing out from both sides, though. Yeah, I mean, especially the operator alone. So it's just going to be Chibab holding halls. Now, what this does, what this does is, you know, they're stuck. They're stuck in the middle of the map. Will Chibab overextend? Yes.
Sun just shuts that down. Again, good lurks, but you actually have to be able to get those shots as quick. The spike was snagged back over there by Window from B, and they are going to come in here, but Wix is in a position.
Oh, good fragment.
Where he could just get a kill.
If Sun gets a kill, it's A, but he's not going to, so now you're like, okay, it's probably wait, you're going to work off of Sun
insane.
Pushing into A?
Yeah, that just seems...
I mean, even if they're mid, it didn't matter. You have the trademark for Tunnel. Now, Nakji's hidden from the recon bolt, though, so they have no idea he's here.
Yeah, so he can lurk here and maybe get a pretty good setup.
Oh, he will.
Nicely done!
That is the pit, though, and Carey has done some nasty things with the Viper's pit before.
Again, there's not many comfortable spots for the Viper to hide here. You could spam some shots in there and maybe just find her, to be honest.
Well, Sungjin gets spotted right away. Carrier not budging. They know he's in the pit. Oh, and they just swing
nicely
right
done.
onto him.
They just all come in at once and surround. And that's going to be 7-3 here.
4 to 6.
4 to 6, excuse me, here. MARU Gaming with a great shutdown there on the spike plant, honestly. And again, it's kind of like, you know, what we already casted on the first maps. They're so evenly matched.
I mean, yeah, they keep swinging back, and you know, you can argue, well, maybe it's because both teams aren't playing the cleanest. Sure. But at the end of the day, that really then comes down to who makes less mistakes. That's always what it comes down to, right? I mean, unless you're playing, again, like first place versus last place, things like that, it's about the consistency. And I do think MARU is starting to understand how to manipulate Spear's attacker side. I mean, they understand that if we force them slowly out of B, eventually they're going to be stranded, and then we'll have Chibop push out of A. Now they switch it up with a pit over on B. Yeah. Chibop is watching mid, though. That's the catch, so you can't just get around it.
Yeah, unless you want to go super long way here. The Viper's pit, just making this an undesirable target in general here.
For Spear Gaming, if you wanted to go A, you'd have to take control of mid again, and it's going to be a little tough peeking out of elbow. Drone's going out, so they know they're not in the first part of the pit, but... Okay, so they are going to use Hunter's Fury this time.
Yeah, and they are going to get some connections with that as well.
Oh, but Proxy loses the fight from mid, and they can't quite push out.
Sun gets 2 kills, though. But right now, it's just Sun versus the world here. Nakji Wicks and moves still out.
He has the op.
Yeah.
Now, the flank.
God. Here we
the
go.
Flank.
Oh,
there's the flank.
Okay.
I wanted to make that more suspenseful, but it wasn't going to be.
yeah. So a 5 to 6. I mean, a tough spot if you just have the operator. There's so many possible areas they could be coming from on that site.
Well, Sun's movement, I mean, he wanted to reposition where he's not stuck behind the walls waiting for the backup to come from the opponents. So he wanted to either reposition or eventually leave the site. That's why he was creeping towards main with the operator. Unfortunately, I mean, his opponents know better. They're not going to give him the time of the day. They just wait for Nakji to come all the way around.
Okay, neck and neck right now. This is the final round in the first half here. And it looks like they're going to be probing around over here at A. It's a very forward position here for MARU Gaming.
Yeah, they want to try to see if they can take control of shop. They're not going to see it. Wicks gets yet another kill, and then he rendezvous back to B. So B is pretty much shut down for business unless Sun can win an operator duel with his tour de force.
He's going to see the drone come out. Shot down immediately.
Oh!
Dude, Chiba.
Guess what? There's 2, if not 3 operators on the side of MARU Gaming. I mean, that's pretty much every
whips
angle.
That shot, moves, fails to get the kill there.
Oh, but Junghai actually tries to spray through while he's half flashed.
Yeah.
Eventually gets the kills to slow them down. Oh, but
Hold
Exia? Okay, so Exia taking down Moves, starts to bite them back. I mean, Moves was the 3rd operator. Not feeling so good now.
Yeah, he's been pinged now, so they get an easy spike plant.
They still know exactly where he is.
Sungjin just gets that shot, making it look easy. 5 to 7 here. Spear Gaming with the tiniest lead.
I mean, oh man, this is, whoa. MARU Gaming really started to bring things back.
Yeah, they really caught their, I guess you could say, caught their second win back there.
Yes.
They were getting dominated early on, but fought back really well. And by the end, I mean, there was so many operators on that side. They had the right angles. They had the communication, too. We saw that when Chibop got caught, firing down the Aldrone, immediately switching over and then getting that shot through double doors.
I mean, that's just good awareness, right? You get the call that there's a tour de force in mid. You know he's going to relocate. So they tried. It's just that, again, the 3 ops started to feel a little bad because the Sova had to check from Nest. And then you have, of course, Exia already creeping forward, being like, oh, if the Sova's a Nest and Chibop's on site, then I can probably still push forward in halls. And he wins that duel against the operator. And then he's able to get the flank. So at the end of the day, Spear Gaming comes out on top 7-5. Now on defender's side, for Onslayers, oftentimes it was Bazi who's hopping back and forth between the sites with the gate crash of the operator. We'll see if that continues to be the case. Of course, you know, Sun, he doesn't need to necessarily buy it. He can always wait for his operator to come online. Wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. But seeing how Proxy's played the Euro on attack, I think Spear is going to have their own take on how the Euro should be played here on Breeze.
Yeah, we're going to be watching for that coming up here. There's that shot we got of, Chibab just getting hit from that angle here. So far, it's been a really good match, really back and forth here. We're going to have to see what's going to go down in the pistol round here, as we're going to have MARU Gaming now on the offense trying to come in.
So another just mid push here from defense. Again, quite common in the pistol rounds, just to try to gain control of the map and go for the retakes from both sides. They even have the gate crash if they want to come from arches. Now, there's no intel around it, so someone will have to back that up. Eventually, it's actually just going to be taken away.
And they're gonna scuttle up here into B. They're gonna get that plant behind pillar. And we're going to see Spear Gaming basically try to set up here and come in for a retake. Now, we should note that there is a Zhonghai lurking all the way over here by window.
Okay, so, now that Zhonghai got taken out, they need to start pushing out of the site. Otherwise, they're trapped in. They win the fight in tunnel. Now they have another exit. They have another angle.
All right, we still got moves hanging in the back here. It's going to be this big push up here. Oh, good shutdown there from moves.
Oh, and Shibab on the cross as well. But they have no idea where Wix is now. Yep.
Okay, there we go.
And that's why I said that they need to push out, because otherwise you're all just going to be stuck within sight, and it becomes basically duel for duel. But as soon as Zhonghai gets taken out of the flank, you say, okay, well, if there are people in the flank, we got to win our duels on the other side and push out. Otherwise, our location will always be known.
Right.
And that, in fact, even allows Wix to get a full wraparound, which was obviously not expected.
And MARU Gaming looking set to tie this up 7-7 here, unless Spear Gaming really is able to pull a rabbit out of their hat here. I mean, this is going to be a tough one for sure.
Yeah, and Shibab goes for the Vandal buy. They want to try to get ahead early and keep that snowball rolling. We'll see. I mean, if he drops it and someone picks it up, obviously that could really bite you.
Yeah, so this is an extremely important round here for them if they're going to carry this through.
Yeah, so far it should be a smooth entry here onto the site, though.
Yeah, they easily just waltz right into the site. Nakji shuts down Sun immediately.
And I like the cover from Nakji and the other teammates. They don't want Shibab, just because he's the jet, to push forward into the smokes, right? Because he has the Vandal. Don't want to give that up. Always taken over. I mean, again, there was no sort of buy here from
shot through the hip there. Okay, 7-7 here, flawless victory. And as you were saying earlier, Chober, they did buy heavy getting that Vandal. I mean, they really wanted to try to keep that momentum, and it could not have gone better for them.
Yeah, and obviously that allows them to match some form of firepower here on the second round.
Right.
We'll see if we see any other upgrades here from the members that bought Marshals. I mean, you could try to upgrade over to a Bulldog. We'll see, depending on how their economy shapes out. But buying that Vandal early, I mean, you're kind of hoping that it pays off here in the third round. That's the real goal. So they're not going to get any sort of upgrades, just saving up for future buys. Because here's the thing. Now, even if Chibab drops his Vandal, someone else can buy that for him, and they can even out with Bulldogs in the future rounds.
So this will be a tricky one here for MARU Gaming. They did do a push in a Hall, and it seems like Spear Gaming really neglected any attention in a Hall.
Yeah, this is just classic Hall and main push. It's a pinch. And Shibab's able to win. Oh, he wins both duels.
Yeah, nicely done.
That Vandal pays off. It's absolutely worth it. And unfortunate for Spear Gaming on their buy round to not be ready for this. I mean, this is a strat tried and true where you screen off for stairs and then you pinch. Oh, Sun.
Nice shot there from Zhonghai. Sun, I mean, low HP, no armor. Yeah, he's just going to go ahead and abandon this. Get that Vandal into the next round. It's going to be MARU Gaming now taking the lead.
I mean, honestly, I think it was worth considering here for MARU to try to chase him as soon as they realize he's running away, but they're going to play it safe, mostly because of time. Now they'll go for the hunt, because obviously if you kind of swung out too early and you both get taken out, then he can just go for the defuse. So they'll go in it safe time-wise.
Okay, still neck and neck, but MARU Gaming in the second half having an extremely strong performance. Spear Gaming needs to really pull it together here.
Spear, that one hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very traditional play. It's textbook set play here on A site, and it's MARU with the timeout. No,
well,
it's got to be Speared, considering the graphic just went away.
It would, yeah, it would.
There you go.
There it is.
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to say, like,
We're like, guys, we're killing it. This is
Yeah.
great. They're like, yeah, it's amazing.
I just wanted to let you guys know you're doing a good job.
Yeah, we're doing a good job. Try to aim for the head. Got it. Thanks.
Okay, so we saw for a moment MARU Gaming going for an aggressive operator buy. Anox using the opponent's timeout to tell them don't do that, which I think is the right idea, because if anyone's going to be thankful for a free operator, it's Spear Gaming on defense. So
yeah.
no reason to give that up. If you need to match it later, you've still got creds banked up. You're rolling in creds pretty much here on MARU Gaming. On the side of Spear, you have one Vandal. That's the only thing you can hope for an upset here at this next round.
Try to hopefully get a pick early on somewhere, and then maybe try to farm out the weapons and slowly seesaw the game into your favor here. Doing a quick recap here. That was just a rush in from the halls. We have a setup over here for MARU. They're leading over towards the A side.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for them to switch things up, right?
Yeah,
until Spear has shown that they will take control of mid. Because here's the thing, Spear has stopped taking control of mid after the eco rounds.
Yeah.
And that's really hurting them, because MARU says, okay, well, we just never need to fight you elsewhere. We're winning our fights on A. We'll just wait. I mean, if we don't get the initial kills, we can always reset. We have someone lurking in mid. No one's pushed out. I mean, MARU has all the intel they would ever want. They're even checking for this hallway push. Proxy.
Proxy's going to come.
Shanghai spots him, and
they both miss each other. He's going to have to back up.
Yeah, but that forces Proxy away, which actually allowed Wix to have a chance to be planted into mid doors. Okay, he wins that duel, so now A site is pretty much free for the taking. I know there's a member still there, Exia on site, but he's all alone with a Marshal.
Yeah, and with everything obfuscated from the Viper wall, it's not going to be easy for him to do anything.
Wait, Wix didn't see that recon, but okay, he swings.
Great lurk from Wix. Yeah.
But Proxy, the one Vandal, it hasn't been planted yet.
Yeah.
3v2 in favor of defense, Spike not planted yet.
Only 30 HP here.
Swung a little early on that flash.
Oh, nicely done.
That flash off of the ceiling was a little rushed. I think his teammates might have been flashed by that as well.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that, Chobra.
Unfortunate, because there was a chance there. There was a chance to make that upset happen with the one Vandal.
But pretty close. Unfortunately, they're not getting any round wins. You can kind of, okay, he's got the Vandal this time, or, oh, they got a lot of kills in that last round, and so they're going to have to buy back more. But if you're not going to start to garner these round wins, it's going to be impossible to recover. So great play there to close that out here from MARU Gaming. It's 9-7.
Okay, so not only did they have a little bit of a rough time on A, they also know the Viper's always playing A. So they decide for a quick B hit with the null command. One's tagged. They're not aware that there's two, though.
G-Bob is shut down by Proxy.
Oh, but there's too many angles.
Yeah. And then with Wix all the way in the back. I mean...
Oh, but Exia getting that kill makes things a little different.
Oh. Sungjin gets that takedown there on moves.
Yeah, Zhonghai's
around the
alone.
corner. Oh!
And
Are you
Kyrgyz gets the
serious?
swing as well. I mean, he was obviously expecting it, but he purposely swings wide and around. A great swing from Keria. I mean, they went for all the utility to push them out of backside, but unfortunately it goes into equal trades because they didn't realize that there were two members, because you only got one ping off of the recon bolt,
right?
And then you still had Proxy back there. The snakebite doesn't allow you to push in, so you kind of have to swing, and Proxy's there a little earlier than you expected because the chamber was on the other side of backside. And MARU Gaming not able to take control, and Exia comes in on the swing out from Arches. He wins that one final duel, leaves Zhonghai all alone.
All right, G-Bob's on the hunt here.
I mean, now they're just waiting, because MARU says, okay, well, the push into B didn't work, and A, we've had a little bit of trouble starting to break in. They've started to probably realize that we like to hit halls at the same time. So they're just waiting, see if there's any more mid-control. There isn't yet. Sungjin is watching, though, so that's why you don't see anyone in nest. Sungjin's watching for A. Proxy's just waiting to see if there's a fast push, but at the end of the day, this is more or less set up to be quick reinforcements onto A. I mean, they're kind of happy to leave that trademark to be the one that's defending B. Yeah, you see the drone clearing out mid for Proxy so he can start taking control, getting ready to support his teammates on A.
It's just going to come down to whether or not they can burst onto A site now. The Jet does dash in.
And Yoru gate crashed back into B site, so a bit of an unfortunate timing. They will have to back away from the site for now.
Whoa, and Sungjin just gets nuked there.
Wow, that's unfortunate. I mean, that's over, on stairs and hall. You get nuked out with the Hunter's Fury, and Shibab gets the right entry as the Jet.
This is so hard here.
And Wix now has hall control. I mean, they lost their one member, and it was Carrier. Carrier was under. He wasn't in hall.
Dude, they just completely murdered there. 10-8. A lot of patience exhibited back there. And it's funny you pointed this out, but they totally and utterly failed earlier on B. A is getting a little bit predictable here. They're definitely more confident trying to come in on that site, but they had to do it right, and they did.
Well, I just, I get the idea that you want to be ready for a push into B because you had no info, and that was part of the problem, that you had to use the drone to allow Proxy to peek out of mid. You were missing crucial info into B main. I get the logic. It is unfortunate timing for Spear Gaming because Proxy couldn't back up quickly give reinforcements quickly from mid, and now they're on another eco. I mean, Sun pushes. Oh, okay.
That was a rough exchange.
I was about to say Sun pushes out, but what can he do? I guess get a kill. That's what he can do.
And this is a round that, was already likely to go to MARU Gaming here, but they're easily going to be able to come in onto B. Now, there is, one Spear Gaming player actually in the back of the site. Him and his decoy.
Yep. Okay, he's able to get the right peek for him. Not able to win the duel he needs to, though.
11-8.
MARU's starting to run away with this.
Yeah. Now, on Breeze, you're on the defender side, you start to get operators, or, you get really good martial shots. You could start to kind of draw out win after win after win. But at this point in time, MARU Gaming's so close to doing this, and it's been a pretty financially starved Spear Gaming for most of the second half here.
Yeah, I mean, they're ping-ponging, right? They can only buy every other round at this point.
Right.
And, again, they have to make it work this time around. The operator in Sun's hand. And the null command as well. Okay, Proxy, he gets sight of it. Yeah, no need to risk it. He actually gate crashes out of fear all the way over to B site. But again, the idea is Sungjin's playing far back as well. I mean, at this point, I think if they do come and use the null command for a retake, you don't try to hold off on your own. He's waiting for backup. Now, I like Spear Gaming's move. Because of the number of members they spotted in A, they've now taken mid control. That means the members on A site just have to play back. If they come through hall, you just hang back, get whatever kills you can. Just don't lose control of back site. This is very crucial. Exia and Sungjin, one of them has to be able to cover door as soon as it gets open.
Big shot there from Sun. It's a start.
Okay, Sungjin backs out. He wins his duel, and so does Exia. And that is the entry shut down on A.
Yeah, they're just not going to be able to get in. Certainly not with ease right now.
Yeah, of course they spotted Nakji as well. Proxy with all the information for his team.
Okay.
Huge retake, very clean.
If they did not win that round, I think there's no way they would win on this map, but it's still an uphill fight.
Yeah, it's my bad, not a retake either. They eventually didn't even get the plant, so I mean, just a good defense. But the idea was there. Okay, we've given up A main control. I'm going to help clear up mid. Proxy makes that call. I'm going to start pushing up. Members on A, let's just back it up. We rotate the Sova over for intel. Just make sure they don't take control of backside, of yellow, and you're able to shut down the entry in from Hall on the switch, and that's all you needed.
Okay, it's still going to be a well-funded round here for MARU Gaming. Still in the lead here, 11-9.
Now Sun can't rendezvous out yet.
Sun whiffs.
Yeah, he's 0 pointed, so he needs to back out. This gives up entire mid control to MARU Gaming.
Yeah, this is going to create a lot of ambiguity here for Spear Gaming. We have Proxy with the lurk over here. He's not seen any movement into A.
But now what this allows Proxy to do is pretty much stay here. His gate crash has run out, but he doesn't need to rotate back. Because since they've lost mid control, they just need to know eventually where MARU Gaming goes. So you see Sun waiting to see if someone pushes into Nest. Meanwhile, Proxy's just waiting for the flank. Now, I don't know about this heavy investment onto A site. The drone should allow them to get some information to eventually rotate some reinforcements over.
Big catch.
Oh!
Sun is delivering.
And they know they still have to commit because no one was ready at mid doors for A.
Dude, are you serious? So let me try my other gun.
Oh, man.
It's just Wix now.
Yeah, I mean, 1v4. There's not much you can do.
This is a hopeless situation. Spear Gaming in these last few rounds has done everything they needed to do.
They played it very well.
Yeah.
I mean, if you lose control of mid, don't try to fight him, right? They now have the advantage. So you have Proxy holding the flank. The only thing I was worried about was, the heavy investment of Exia and Sungjin, the Silva and KO, onto backside of A while Proxy's holding Cave. But they use the drone to accurately identify that at least Exia can start rotating. Meanwhile, Sun gets 2 kills. That's more than enough time for backup to arrive.
Okay, Maru Gaming calls for the timeout now.
I mean, they've started losing control, and if things are starting, now they're the ones, if they don't get match point first, the Creds could get a little iffy here.
Yeah, that's the thing, man, is like they basically they have to, I think, if they're going to win this, they need to go 11, 12, 13, boom, like that. They can't give a single round here to Spear Gaming because Spear Gaming is doing such a good job catching up that financial cushion is drying up extremely quickly here.
Yeah, so after this round, they'll be on their 3rd round loss streak if they lose. So MARU Gaming, they'll still be able to buy rifles. Not everyone will be able to full buy utility if they have to rebuy everything, but they'll be able to buy rifles. Now, but at that point, if they lose, and then it goes to match point for Spear, you have no way of coming back. So either way, Maru's goal is to make match point here and at least secure that overtime. So they go back to old trusty faithful here. Just going to be a quick hit onto A with the null command. Here we get spot. Oh, what?
Proxy gets it started, but Wix does manage to break through.
Oh, Wix with the spam through the screen.
Yep, here comes Viper's Pit. A lot is resting on this spike plan here.
Oh man, the trade.
Oh my God, he picks it back up because the Hunter's Fury comes up. Spike is not yet planted.
Not yet, but Zhenghai is able to peek out and get 1 kill. And here's the thing, Sun realizes he has to break the trademark, and now he has to rotate.
And with the operator here, it's useless against the Viper's Pit.
It's very hard. I mean, he's got the headhunt. Okay, he swaps it out for a Phantom.
Whoa!
Oh, he tried to rendezvous.
Damn. But that's gonna happen. Those Viper's Pits. I almost feel like Viper's Pit is it's so strong on Breeze if they are in an operator situation because they're just not gonna get in there now. You know?
I mean that. One of the reasons why Chamber is a good agent for the main operator is because you at least have the headhunter, right, for close quarter or going into the pit, things like that. Yeah. But you're right. I mean, once that Viper's Pit comes up, if you're one of the only members left, I mean, there's not much you can do. You can't even spam through it very easily with the operator. I mean, you can, but...
Oh, yeah, and if you get lucky, you're going to hit something. But all right, guys. Maru Gaming wins 1 more, and this story's over. But Spear Gaming could get... Okay, this is such a forward position.
It's
quiet taste, so something's about that.
It's a double off situation with the tour de force on B, but Proxy not able to get the first kill. This null command isn't going to stop them from walking in. Sungjin, he thought about peeking out, but he actually gets spammed through the screen. And Sun has to rush on the flank. He gets caught without his gun out. I think the story's over.
I think it's over, man. Just 1 more remaining. Exia. Does he have a miracle? I somehow doubt it. There it is. 13-10 concludes our story. Maru Gaming coming out on top, 2-1. Wow.
I mean, Maru Gaming, I think for them, considering what their goals were at this stage, this was an absolute must-win match. They did not want to get dethroned as that, kind of gatekeeper team here in Tier 2, this stage, where they used to compete for that title alongside WGS, and they've struggled at the beginning of the stage. Meanwhile, Spear Gaming has been looking on the up and up. But unfortunately, Spear Gaming, they can't close it out. They couldn't fend off the early aggression onto A side here on defense. And that's where really things started to slip away.
I had a lot of fun in this series. I'm glad it was as close as we had predicted.
I mean, I was expecting nothing less from this. The only thing I was scared about was because of that fracture. I think a lot of us were like, ooh, is this going to be a 2-0? Like, what's Spear Gaming doing? But again, that's probably their weakest map. They still proved that they have their prep on Bind, but unfortunately on Breeze, on defense, they were a little overeager and they were trying to fight off Cave. Eventually, they learned from their mistakes and hanging back and making sure they don't get pinched from door. But I think it was tough either way. It was a little too late on the side of Spear Gaming.
Okay. What a night, man. Just a lot of fun.
Nachi's parents at least got to see their son win.
Yeah.
here after visiting all the way from Busan, so that's good. Would have been kind of sad if they're like, hey, we finally came from Busan.
No.
And he's like, sorry, Dad, sorry, Mom, I lost.
This was not the experience I wanted you guys to have, but thank you for coming down here anyways.
I mean, we also had family on the side of Spear Gaming. We've been seeing
sure,
more
yeah.
and more family come out to cheer on their players.
Shobra, it's very touching to see. Esports 20 years ago, a lot of parents were not supportive.
No, I mean, they try to hide the fact.
Are you insane? You're going to try to play video games instead of going to college?
Yeah, I mean, even in the West, right? It
Yeah.
took a little while for it to become something that parents, even if they didn't understand it, at least support it. And I think these days what we're seeing is that understanding part. They're like, okay, let me really try to understand what's going on here. Let me at least try to get involved in, what my son or my daughter is doing.
And so, again, a delightfully close match here. MARU Gaming really pulling through here when it came to them, in that second half of that. But again, MARU Gaming kind of closing out at that number 4 spot, at least so far this season. I mean, we're going to know exactly where everybody stands as we start to actually eliminate teams. But look, Spear Gaming, they make a couple micro adjustments in their play, and I think they could actually really, really improve their standings here.
I mean, I think they could try to make a run in the playoffs, right? They said their goal was 4th place. I think it's still doable, but after today's loss, Spear Gaming's last match is against DRX. So most likely, all things considered, they will not pick up that win, whereas MARU Gaming will be facing off against Day1 CNJ. But even if they lose, right, the head-to-head they win, so most likely MARU Gaming gets to keep the 1 spot above. However, I believe 4th and 5th seed would have to meet in the brackets anyway, so they might have to face off against each other right off the bat here in the playoffs.
This could just be a taste of what's to come here.
I mean, look at the accuracy. Spear Gaming was way more accurate at the end of the day, but a part of this was MARU was getting so many good spams through the smokes, right? They just knew where to look for.
That's an important thing to note is, like, if there's literally no silhouette inside the crosshair, it's like, yeah, but I mean,
I mean, you're zoning them out, and eventually you're getting kills.
Right.
So,
and one of those shots is going to connect if you're keeping it up. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. This was a pretty
fun
epic
night.
day. Yeah, both of the series had really exciting results. I know it was a 2-0 earlier on where DRX just dominated, but it was such a close series inside of each of those maps.
yeah, I mean, even DRX didn't push to triple overtime. That was nuts. I will say Spear Gaming, I like the idea of trying to take what OnSlayers has shown you and adapt it to your own style with the Yoru. I don't think it really came to fruition, but the idea was there. And that's what I do like about Spear Gaming is that they're constantly trying to improve even as underdogs, like week to week. They're changing up their comps. They're trying to target their opponents. I mean, they've tried non-duelist comps against certain opponents. Here they've tried a Yoru on the Breeze, try to change things up so it doesn't rely solely on Sun's Jet, things like that. But eventually we have Junghai and Wix taking the MVPs here for MARU. Of course, that's on Map 1 and Map 3, Fracture and Breeze. And they'll take the 2-1 victory.
Yeah. Again, teams like these two, we're waiting to see, all right, are you guys going to ever be able to kind of bubble up into that upper echelon? Again, very good, but you can see there's a couple things in their play, a couple quirks, a couple of characteristics that I think if they can sand down those edges, we would have, another team that could be a real threat to teams like DRX.
Yeah, and I know, a lot of people are probably looking at some of the other regions, especially the bigger regions like NA and EMEA, and you say, well, even there, like the Tier 2 teams, they're still pretty consistent. We see some consistent upsets, things like that. I get it. Every region is growing. I would just say that in Korea, we had them, still growing, but just a bit later, just a bit slower. Yeah. So we're now just getting to the point where, okay.
Late bloomers.
Yeah, late bloomers. And the Tier 2 teams now have to, start to work on those mistakes that you mentioned. But hey, the difference that we saw from Stage 1 so far to Stage 2, just the round robin, is huge. There's a vast improvement.
And just seeing that the players overall are becoming so much more comfortable here.
Yes. That's
how you end up with a championship team, is you get the weirdness out of the way of, like, the cameras, the sound, the audience, and then you start to play just like it is when you're back at home.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's getting more and more used to the stage, of course, playing against some of these stronger teams. We'll take a look at the highlights here, of course, from Breeze, which, again, could have gone either way towards the end, but I think a couple of these, crucial rounds that Wix was able to hold, of course, he gets the MVP, were pretty huge. I think there's an argument for multiple different players here on the side of MARU Gaming. Same if Spear had won, but just the consistency a bit more. And this has been the story for teams like Spear Gaming, teams like Day1 CNJ. You see why they were the underdogs. They had some good showings, but not able to really shore up those rounds where you're like, oh, well, that was a mistake. Okay, I get it, but one too many mistakes and then you lose.
Yeah, it's completely true. Again, Spear Gaming was such a strong performance early on here, but the catch-up, man, it was real.
Yeah, and again, a big part of that was a lot of those operator shots starting to hit from Wiggs, over on the first half, and then they were still able to get some good positions for him in the later part. I mean, we saw it here. He creeps up through mid. Of course, that round eventually Proxy, kind of helps clear out pyramids for a while, but again, it's just Wiggs' position. We see it in the highlights. It's very apparent that he has so many rounds where he's holding that crucial flank.
Yeah, and getting those shots to connect and doing exactly what he needed to do. Yeah, this was, such a fun series, so close, so epic here. And dude, honestly, like looking at a lot of these highlights here, Sun is insane with some of these shots.
Sun's been very good today, and I think that's the potential that everyone wanted from him throughout the entire stage. Again, it took a couple matches for him to really get comfortable, but now we see why some people thought he's going to be the star player of this team.
Yeah. And again, so much more room to grow for the rest of these players here. Here's the MVP rankings on screen.
Now, again, we kind of wrap up the MVP rankings during the round robin for one reward, and then we reset for playoffs. So right now, RB, Zunba, and Texture, they're looking very comfortable. Of course, Zunba and Texture will get to play tomorrow before RB gets his last shot on Monday. So We'll see if they can try to edge out tomorrow in their matches with the MVPs.
Yeah, if they might squeak out in number one. For the sake of summary, guys, here are our results. You can see DRX. They did have an amazing series. If you have time, guys, check out the VOD. CNJ really put up a good fight. And then MARU Gaming versus Spear Gaming. Look, these guys end right in the middle, 3-3.
Yes.
For both of their scores, concluding that match.
Yeah, I think, again, Spear Gaming, again, all players, it's their first time on the main stage. I mean, there weren't super high expectations. They just had a really good start. So at the end of the day, being tied here in the 4th seed, and I mean, we'll see. Maybe, I mean, we saw Day1 CNJ put up an incredible fight against DRS today. Maybe Spear Gaming can try to take at least one set off of them and gain that confidence boost going into playoffs. But either way, I believe Spear Gaming should be set for playoffs as well. We'd have to run the gauntlet of scenarios here.
Again,
actually, yeah, they should be, because even if Tartarus wins, they'd be at only 2 wins tomorrow, and they wouldn't be able to catch up. So Spear Gaming sitting very comfortable, at least making it into playoffs, which means they have a shot in a double elim format, and that gives them many more chances to grow and take a shot at that 4th place.
And don't count these guys out either, just because they're not as high in the standings. I mean, we could just have an upset when we get to the bracketed format where it's like, oh, they just ended up.
Hey guys, I'm here with Wix from MARU Gaming for post-match interview. Congratulations, Wix, with this 3rd W on the board. Playoff is clinched. How do you feel about this win? 윅스 선수 오늘 승리 축하드립니다. 2대1 승리 끝에 3승 고지를 밟았고요. 이제 플레이오프 진출을 확정짓게 됐는데요. 소감부터 들려주시죠.
일단 소감으로는 좀 아쉽긴 한데 2대1로 이겨서 일단은 좋긴 합니다.
플레이오프 진출을 자력으로 이제 확정지었잖아요. 거기에 대해서도 한마디 해주세요.
좀 올라갈 거란 건 예상은 해서.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm really happy about this victory, but it's a little bit bummer that it had to be a 2-1 day. And in terms of playoff, I knew we were going to have a spot, like a playoff spot, so that's a good thing. Well, Spear Gaming bringing in a lot of pocket picks, for example, that Cypher on the bind and Yoru on the breeze. Did that affect how you played the game and kind of navigated the series? 그러면 오늘 이제 상대가 많은 조커 픽트를 꺼냈잖아요. 상대하면서 좀 까다롭거나 상대해보니까 어땠는지도 여쭤볼게요.
그냥 바인드 사이퍼 나왔을 때는 살짝 까다롭긴 했지만 브리지 때 요로는 그나마 몇 번 해봐서 잘 제쳐했던 것 같습니다.
Well, Cypher on the bind was a little bit tricky to deal with, but in terms of the Yoru on the breeze, we played against Yoru a lot, sometimes, so we were okay with that. Well, you were 5-7 down on the breeze in the first half, so you guys really needed to turn things around. So how are you able to make this comeback possible? 그러면 오늘 5대7로 밀려있는 상황에서 후반전 들어가면서 어떤 얘기를 했고 결국에 어떻게 역전이 가능했는지도 여쭤볼게요.
최대한 저희가 하던 대로만 하면은 이길 것 같다라는 얘기를 해서 그거에 중점을 해서 이긴 것 같습니다.
We kind of focused on our own plays, do what we usually do what we're good at, and that really worked out. Well, your next opponent will be CNJ, and they had a really, really good fight with DRX today. Any thoughts on this matchup, and what's your mindset heading into this game? 그럼 다음 상대는 오늘 DRX를 상대로 정말 좋은 경기를 펼친 CNJ잖아요. 경기에 임하는 마음가짐이나 각오 부탁드리겠습니다.
저희가 하던 대로만 하면은 쉽게 이길 것 같습니다. 열심히 하겠습니다.
Well, I think it's going to be an easy 2-0 day. If we don't make any mistakes and do what we do well, but we promise you that we'll try our best. Well, that was Vix from MARU Gaming after their 2-1 victory, and that's it for Week 4, Day 12. We'll see you tomorrow.